What's up?
At some point, maybe you can come over here and ask questions about batteries. This would be kind of like training mode, like just like see what she's learned.
Yeah, we pop
If there's
quiz.
anything, then I don't know. Amazing, the other little screen.
Yeah, man.
Oh, that's the battery again. I think now that I cleaned up over here, it's like a little bit better.
Nice.
I wonder if I can get this more wide or maybe further back. What do you think would be better?
The angle?
Yeah, like this one, if I go further back, like it's like wider.
Not
So
bad.
you can definitely see the rollers there.
As long as you can see that Minecraft parkour, we're good.
As long as you can see this. So we'll do the hash, let's see what happens.
I'm gonna put a little text above our. You see our little boxes. I'm gonna put text above it that says our names, so that people can like know who they're talking to.
Alright. Alright, cool. So we're doing the live today again. I believe we're gonna extend the sale for a couple more days, I think, because people wanted the deals and they didn't get them during the last YouTube live, so we just went ahead and extended it so people could take advantage of getting batteries at a discounted rate. Oh, and then right now, like as you're doing it, it's like you can see this, you can see your energy, huh?
Yeah.
That's trippy. So anybody's just joining, or they're just gonna start jumping in here? We just started the live. We started sooner than usual. We're gonna try to let it go for as long as we can, because you know, less people get deals. If you're just jumping in this and want to ask a question, you can go ahead and do so. Do you want to be in charge of the walrus tracks today, Nick?
Oh yeah, I can pull up the walrus tracks. I got you.
Just let them play, and then when people start asking questions, we'll lower the sound and ask questions. This could probably work better, actually. You know, more hands on deck.
Yeah.
So in case like anybody needs to do something, we can jump in and out.
The team.
Maybe Chris, you want to let CS team know that we got live and we need moderators. And then let's do a roll call.
We got 3 viewers. Welcome to the stream. If you're just joining, gonna be going for a couple hours today, bringing you the freshest and best content about lithium-ion batteries on the internet.
No radio voice.
Yeah. If anybody's tuning in, anybody who's tuning in who watches our videos, I'm the guy whose voice you hear behind every single video. So if you want any requests for custom narrations, I can do them right now. Just put it in the chat.
Yeah, just make him say something with deep voice. Just make him say something. Put it in the chat, he'll repeat it.
Anything.
Anything.
No limits.
CS team is mine.
All of them?
Fred, Jesse, just also do that or no?
Yeah. They can. As long as you have somebody who can answer technical questions. When they come back, have them jump in and do roll call. See if they're being moderated in the chat.
Chris, it's gonna be you until.
You can go ahead and ask them on this live. That's what this live is for. And if you were already looking to buy something, call in while this live is going on, and then let them know that you watched the YouTube live today. And just because of that, we're gonna give you a deal. That's why we started earlier today.
Don't forget to like this stream. If we give you some information that you didn't already know, give us a like, give us a subscribe. We just passed 800 today on YouTube, and passing 1,000 subscribers would be pretty nice.
We got the VR. Alright, before I left, you guys got the VR thing going?
Yeah, dude. I was playing it a little bit. We had Boneworks going. I don't know if you played that game before. I'm gonna have to throw you in there later. Dude, we could do a stream where I'll flip my webcam around, show you playing VR, and then have what you're playing on screen behind you. We can throw you into VR chat, which is like you'll connect with like maybe 100 random other VR players if you go into the right room. And I just want you spamming battery salesman points.
Battery stuff?
Tell if you get a walrus sale through VR chat, be game changing.
Game changing. Is anybody in here playing video games? Is anybody in the chat playing video games? I know it's not related to battery, but we're trying to figure out if we need to make a BatteryEvo handle to be able to see like what's the best way to connect with users. If it doesn't have to be over the phone, we need something more fun. But regardless, you can ask questions. Okay, so look, how to plumbing is going to be tuning in and out, that's cool. Once you jump in, because you jumped in and we see you in here, the moderators can see that you put your text in the chat. So call in later when you have a chance, and then just mention the YouTube live. We're going to go for a little while. I anticipate this will go easily 3-4 hours. So you have time, if you're at work, I mean, you see a way or like you're probably trying to get a walrus for your home, but like, do you think that this kind of electric generator could be useful for people in trades, like contractors, plumbers, maybe you could rig up your truck, your work truck to have power. I know sometimes when you do plumbing jobs, like let's say you go somewhere, you don't have any power. And if the tenants aren't there, or the people who live there aren't there, you can't get in the house to get power. So the walrus not only works as a home power backup, but it's also technically an electric generator. It's pretty big, but if you can find a way to get it in your truck, I mean, you can utilize the 110 and 220 volt outlets right up front. We also have this thing charging on the 72-volt charger since yesterday, and it's been charging now, so we're going to get the charge voltage to match our extension pack. And then we're gonna try to connect that live when it's ready, and then we're gonna connect it to a small AC unit and have that running. So everybody can see like how we can handle a small AC, like a small EDU or a mini split in your home. But if anybody has any questions as to how the walrus works or any other battery packs that we have, go ahead and ask it in the chat, and I'll try to answer it to the best of my ability. If the question is too technical, I have technical team on standby, so they can only answer the questions. And if you're looking to buy a battery, call in during the YouTube live so that you can get an extra discount on top of what's already discounted on the website. Otherwise, Nick's just going to play the Walrus album.
Got it going.
We're making sound from this mic, right? I never did it.
Should be, yeah, I heard you earlier. It's just steady red light right now?
Steady red light.
Yeah, then you're good. If you're just joining, welcome to the stream. Talking batteries. This is our first time doing the joint camera setup with both me and Brian on, so if there's any issues with sound or anything, having trouble hearing either of us, just let us know in the chat, we'll get it fixed.
Yeah. Volume better, guys. You on stream. If it gets too boring, let us know. You have to tell us what you're experiencing on the other end. You know, we're just on this side. I don't know what you're experiencing. If you don't tell us what you want to see, it's going to be me sitting here. And then, you have to learn how to break the third wall.
Yeah, break the third wall. Oh man. So what's your all-time favorite BatteryEvo battery?
All time?
Yeah.
Remember this, I thought it was badass when we did,
Yeah, that was fun. That was fun.
can you cut the stream and show the Cinegear in it?
Sure.
Yeah, I think Cinegear footage you can show.
Yeah, I got some Cinegear
We
stuff.
took the Walrus Force 15K to Cinegear, which is a production event in Warner Bros. It was in conjunction with Atlas Lensco, which is a cinema anamorphic lens company. And we also combined with Production Set Carts, which is a local, what do we call it, like local production set cart manufacturer.
Yeah, they make production carts for film sets. So like, if you're working on a film set, there's a lot of gear to haul around. So they do custom built ones for various productions. So super cool. We pulled everybody together.
We could bring up the batteries. Could be helpful on set. Nick is works on set, so he knows better as to what you would need batteries on set for.
Get that call from Roy. I'll be right back.
So we got this car basically rigged up with batteries, BatteryEvo batteries, and then we took it to Cinegear to show it there. So we retrofitted it, and on top of that, we took one of these Walrus Force 15Ks and we offered free phone charging. That was the easiest thing we could power for that day. So we got a whole bunch of those like lightning ports, and then we connected a whole bunch of chargers to it and allowed people to charge their phones. Because, you know, Cinegear is an all-day event, so you know your phone runs out of charge. So people would come over to the booth, charge their phones, talk about the batteries. So we talked to a lot of people on production set, and they could see why or how they could use basically an electric generator on set. So that's why it's important that everybody asks their questions, like what they're looking to power, if it's different from, you know, most people probably just want to use home backup, but some people maybe want to go off-grid, power up ADUs, RVs. You know, depending on what you want to power, that's going to be the question you want to ask, and we'll basically find something that can help you with your solution, with your power project. Other than that, I don't know. So if you're just joining, you can ask a question. We're going to be on live for a little while, and you can utilize this YouTube Live to ask questions, learn about the battery. I can show it to you live, and you can also utilize the YouTube Live to call in and get a deal on any battery packs that you're looking to buy.
Good.
So just call in if you're looking to get a good deal. Just join, it's going to be your chance, okay? It's going to be your chance to talk about these batteries. We've been doing this live for a few days now. We've been doing these lives for a few days now so that people can ask questions. Every single day, there's different people talking about different things. Over the last week, we've already talked about somebody going completely off-grid using our BatteryEvo batteries. They're out of the ranch in Arizona, and they have basically off-grid electricity, off-grid water, and off-grid internet connection, right? So, you know, we talked all about that, how that works, right? Some people are probably considering going off grid, but they don't really know how. And then there's some people who are customers who are already doing it, right? So by you joining this live and talking about it in the chat, it could potentially give people more ideas as to how to do this, you know? I'm currently in the process of trying to create my own off-grid dwelling. So two days ago when we had the person call in about him going fully off-grid, you know, it basically generated ideas as to how we can do it. We have the screen in the back playing stuff, but if you needed something specific to show, I can show it to you. So all you really gotta do is ask a question. You just gotta ask a question. That's really all it is. And then again, if you were looking to get a deal, call in. Call in and we're gonna be able to help you out. So we do have anybody has any questions about any of the batteries, ask a question and I can show you how the wallworks can work for that situation, or any of our other batteries. If you need your battery backups, batteries for golf carts if you need it, I don't know. What else? What else do you power, Tommy? What else did you power with these batteries? PC rigs, backup power for your computers. That's true. If you're running like important like data centers, and you need your backup power, right? If that data center crashes, that's no good, right? So it's all about trying to figure out. Just joining, remember this is the BatteryEvo Live. You're going to be able to use this YouTube Live to ask questions or to get a good deal on any product that you're looking to get. We have technical reps on standby if you have very technical questions. If you're looking to get a deal, you can call the number. They're waiting, and we're going to be able to approve you extra discounts on top of the entire sales that we already got. But you got to ask a question. We have plans for self-heated. Oh, like so, okay, got you. Oscar, what kind of products are currently in the market that already do this? Maybe I can take a look at it and then we can see what we can try to put together. It probably is important if you're up northeastern and it gets very cold. Some of the batteries that we have are NMC chemistry. Some of those do better at the colder temperatures. But I do see what you're saying here because if it's too cold, it could potentially, cold start basically. What products, let me see if I can look online and see what products, what battery products are self-heating. Self-heating batteries. Heated battery. Self-heating, I've seen them on Amazon. They're small batteries though. I don't know. Self-heating, automatic self-heating. Okay. So yeah, none of ours have this built in. I don't think so. But these units are encased, so if you keep them like indoors, or I guess the question should be, what are you trying to power? Like, is it you're trying to do home battery backup? I mean, you do want a 48-volt battery, but is it for more or you just say? I am in northeastern AZ off-grid, Arizona. Does it get cold enough in that area where you would need self-heated batteries? If you kept these indoors, I think you'd be okay. You know, or inside like a small shed, I think that they would be okay. Especially the NMC chemistry batteries, they do better in the cold temperatures. Self-heated battery, Sardar. Self-heated battery. Well, Oscar was basically mentioning that we have self-heated batteries. Why? Yeah, look online. I saw it online. Some batteries have automatic heat.
What are the main benefits to doing that? Like,
I think it's kind of like if it's too cold, it might not like spark.
Oh yeah, I see. So like if you live in a cold environment, or like during the winter it gets really cold in your house.
Some cars, like if it's too cold, it won't fire.
Uh-huh.
You know, so I'm thinking like that could be one of the things. Like if it's too cold, batteries could potentially go bad. I don't know. That's my guess. And so I think that's what something is for.
That is a question for our engineering team.
But yeah, 7 degrees, 7 degrees to 7 degrees.
Wow.
What's the coldest operating temperature for our 48-volt batteries, sir?
What?
Coldest operating temperature. Cold.
Coldest operating temperature?
Yeah. Give me an average of our batteries.
Coldest you can maybe hold on.
Like less than 0 degrees Fahrenheit?
Not the Fahrenheit, I have the
Yeah, we're working Fahrenheit here, buddy.
Working Fahrenheit, cigar.
Fahrenheit?
No Celsius. Nobody on this side of the hemisphere likes Celsius. It's all Fahrenheit.
Oh, our moderator hit us back with the answer.
So he said he's got, yeah, it gets really cold over here. They said that
So our moderator, according to our moderator, our batteries can operate in temperatures as low as -5 degrees Fahrenheit. So as long as you don't get too much colder than that 7 degrees, you should be good to go.
Previous to the retrofit, the series is very reliable so far. I think, oh wait, series, I don't. So you're trying to run the battery in series. And previous customers retrofitted. If you're running, so the batteries are designed to run in parallel, from my understanding. So maybe if you're running them in series, it's probably why you might be getting something that you're not looking for. But all the batteries were designed to run parallel, and I understand maybe you might want to run something in series for some type of project you got going on. I think for that, the best bet is calling me in and talking to a technical rep, like an engineer, to guide you through this. But I think that if you're feeling that it's not working because the batteries were designed to run in parallel, unless you're trying to run in series. You're not supposed to run in series, huh? Our batteries?
Batteries they are using. Most of our batteries are
They're designed for parallel. So they're designed to be run in parallel. I mean, again, if you're a savvy electrical person, I mean, you could probably figure out a handy way to run these in series. But again, the items were not designed for this. So, I mean, I think if you called in, we have the engineers. I mean, if we needed to, again, it's all about like figuring out what you're trying to power, and then based on that, we can get the engineers looking into it and checking it out, right? The batteries are designed for common applications, right? People want to use these in golf carts, and they want to. Okay, I'm not sure how long ago you got these. These whole sets, yeah. So this is going to be something where it's going to be like. Sets are over 450. I'm not sure about these
50 amp hour ones? Yeah,
I haven't.
It's been a while.
I don't know about these. I'm not sure how long ago you got these, Oscar. 12 sets. That's kind of a lot. 12. Probably older products that maybe.
Might want to have him talk to somebody like Fred. He can call in.
Yeah.
Fred will be able to walk you through all the specific. That particular product is actually before I started working here, so I don't know too much about it.
Yeah, I don't know so much about that either. Yeah.
The 150 amp hour loose cells.
Just jumping in, we're doing this live.
It's here we got these.
We got Sardar actually. We're actually going to show how we can connect one of these extension packs. So we've been charging the Walrus battery here.
This.
We've been charging this Walrus battery here to get the voltage to match up our extension pack. And so now we're going to plug in the extension pack so everybody can see how easy it is to get double the capacity. And again, this one and the Atlantic needs If you need more battery capacity, you can always plug in more batteries. Again, more battery capacity out of these. If anybody needs 60 kilowatt hours battery packs or more, please call in. That's going to be the deal of the day. So if anybody needs 60 kilowatt hours worth of battery capacity, that's the deal of the day. So that's going to be the best deal or discount that I can possibly provide for you if you call in during the YouTube Live. It's only if you need it, right? Obviously, there's going to be good deals on everything anyways, but 60 kilowatt hour is the deal of the day. Yeah, so it seems like Black Moon and Oscar are asking about the same kind of thing. So 2 years ago, I wasn't even here 2 years ago. So this could be an old, an older manufacturing product that maybe you had. You should probably call in and see if you can get to some of the engineers and see, like, hey, I got some of this stuff, some of these batteries, and then they're the engineers. They're gonna be able to tell you how to set them up, how to wire them up. These are battery packs I'm not even familiar with, so I don't even really know. I mean, I'm more familiar with the
customer
Walruses,
support
the Rhinos,
number.
and the golf cart batteries. But what were you guys looking to? I mean, what are you guys powering with these things? Did you have Nadine plug this thing in? Not yet? Okay. Alright, Nadine, you have to plug this thing in when it's ready. It's a training exercise. It's not ready yet. So we have one extension pack right here. And we're going to plug into over here, get double the capacity. Where's my cable? Oh, wait. Oh, it's being used. Right, so we're going to be able to plug in the extension pack. Anybody wants to see how that works? But first, we're trying to match up the voltages. So it's important, because these run in parallel, that when you plug them in parallel, that the voltages don't differ from 1 volt from each other, right? So if one is, for example, 70 volts, the other one should be between 71 and 69 volts. Right, so that's going to create the efficient system. When you plug them in, they'll run in parallel, and as they deplete and replete, it'll be all synced up. If they're too different from each other, the system doesn't really like it. It's not going to be efficient, and it's not really going to read it as well. That's kind of the key here. And so we got the moderators on chat. So if anybody has technical questions, you can ask them in the chat. I'll try my best to answer. If it's too technical, I'll try my best. But if it's too technical, I'll have the engineers help answer. And we got the moderators right there to help answer the questions. And again, if you were looking to get a deal on this, remember it's Prime Day deal. We did extend the sale, but now the thing that's kind of going on is, like, we're kind of, like, we got to get the units reserved, and so inventory is getting lower. Obviously, people are buying these. So if you're trying to get a good deal on one of these battery packs, it's a good time to try to call in and get a good and get YouTube Live pricing locked in. Off-grid Arizona, alright, so it seems like Arizona seems the most common off-grid. There we go. Off-grid in Arizona, air conditioner, cold room, BMS all available, and total most off-grid in Arizona, air conditioner, cold room, BMS available, almost in series, it is 40. Got it, okay. Well, I mean, how much kilowatt hour capacity are you using for this off-grid in Arizona? I mean, can we purchase one of those? Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If you're looking to upgrade, since you're a previous buyer and you went with some of our products in the past, I bet you we could hook him up if he wants to upgrade to the Walrus Atlantic or
yeah, like
Arctic,
if he wants to get an upgraded battery, I think that you should, just because everything in here is new and the whole technology around this is new. And if you bought something like this in the past, I think that upgrading is going to be the best way. And obviously, you bought something in the past, so call in. And then even if you're not ready right this second, just call in and let them know the situation you're having. Tell them you watch YouTube Live. I'll try. Well, I'm gonna do my best to make sure they get you a custom order with a really good discount.
Yeah, since you're a previous buyer, we'll tell them.
If you haven't seen this, Black Moon, if you haven't seen this, this is all-in-one battery plus inverter. So, maybe in the past, when you got these, that was the current setup that they were able to accommodate for you using some 12-volt batteries with some cables, right? Because we do have manufacturing capabilities here, so I'm sure that whoever you spoke to at that time probably got you that, but everything is basically been updated and revamped. So, you know, if you're looking to upgrade, the Walrus is going to be a great option to do so. And just because you're an existing buyer, you're going to utilize them, I'll have them give you an extra discount. Just so that you can get that. Alright, go to work, Oscar, you're doing a good job. Oscar's going to go to work. If Oscar, if you needed something, just call in later on and say you're watching YouTube Live. We'll be on here, but thanks for joining. It's 2 p.m. over here now. Night shift. Tom, you ever work night shift? Yeah? Good what? Yeah. Like graveyard shift. Doing what? For like a hospital? Yeah. Just sitting in the car.
Circular chart thing.
Night shift is brutal.
I could try and mess with it too, but I have a feeling you'll probably come up with something else a little later than mine. But I'll try it too and see what we can find.
I'll start inviting to it.
Sounds good.
This one you're
It'll also to be like big enough to fill
well.
up an entire.
So this unit, the one you're looking at here, weighs about 300 pounds because it's got all the batteries inside for a 13 kilowatt hour system plus the inverter. But it's got wheels. It's pretty easy to roll it around, and when we ship it, it ships freight, so the freight company will come and put it on pallet. I know you want to get rid of the old batteries. I wonder if you call in and we do some kind of, I don't know what we could do to help them out, because you don't want to get rid of the old ones. I don't know.
Maybe we should get Fred in here and ask about like the best
I think
way
you should
to.
call in. I think you should call in. I mean, unless you want to have it as like batteries for backup, you know, in an emergency. I don't know. I'm trying to think. I mean, you already have batteries. They're only 2 years old.
Mm-hmm.
No
Yeah,
one's
so they're still
needing more
good.
batteries. I don't know. I don't
Maybe
know what
like-
batteries.
Can like a certain number of them be hooked up to a standalone inverter? Like maybe like
They
2
can be.
inverters or like even just one?
Yeah, but again, that's a technical thing.
Yeah.
So they have to call in and see what they can do to help them out to get something a little more efficient. Right? Efficiency is what matters.
Yeah, I'd say like your best bet for making the most out of your batteries that you already have would be to talk to our engineers at our customer support. All the tech help. They're great over there, and they'll work with you, figure out exactly the best way for you to make the most out of your batteries. Because Brian and I could tell you to grab something, but it might not be like the most efficient. So I would definitely recommend talking to our tech
You already
support.
have basically brand new batteries. I mean, they're
Yeah.
only 2 years old, they're still relatively new. So maybe you don't have to opt into a whole nother Walrus system, but I don't know. This is a tricky one.
The
And
Walrus is nice,
I
though.
wasn't even there, so I didn't even know what batteries you got. But if you call in, I'm sure that the engineers would know. And then, yeah, maybe like an inverter or something that could potentially be helpful to you. If anybody else is just joining the live, you can go ahead and ask any questions. Just FYI, the phone numbers are asking for a passcode. You want to call the phone number?
Yeah, let me
to
try
see
it.
what's going on? Passcode, I wonder if it's maybe like the dial 1 for this, dial 2 for that, or I'm not sure. That one had to give a new phone. There's a water tracks in the background, yeah.
Hey Billy, this is actually Nick in marketing. I was just calling to test our customer support call. Looks like we went through good though. Yeah, sounds good. All right, thanks. I'm gonna let them know. Bye. So I just called in. I used the 818-337-0929. I didn't have to enter any kind of passcode. I just pressed 1 to go straight to our customer support line, and we have Billy on the other end who answered. So I'm not sure if maybe it's an issue with the phone provider or service or anything like that. But if that's the number you're calling and you're still having issues, let us know.
Machine that benefits a level.
All right, we got some walrus tracks in the meantime.
It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for our planet, just like you should. This time I use settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipped into your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. Turn your panels into cash, every angle's looking bad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your walrus got your back. It's a fact, solar system slack, batteries badass. Get a walrus and you'll never go back. Know you sweat, from the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. Walrus by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash, switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. Yeah. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Power in your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, yeah, power up your life. BatteryEvo, yeah, clean energy, no strife. BatteryEvo, yeah, walrus, BatteryEvo, yeah, the future's looking bright. BatteryEvo, yeah, all in one system. BatteryEvo, yeah, let's go, BatteryEvo, yeah, walrus, BatteryEvo, lowest prices on the market.
Yeah, sounds good.
Affiliate, some of the price on 13 kilowatt, in some states
Yeah, definitely. Soon as they're ready and we have the system going out to them, yeah, happy to jump on a call, connect with them. I can kind of walk them through like what kind of footage we need, and they can post on their end, we can post on our end, that kind of thing. Maybe I can edit some stuff with their footage for them to use. All that's good. So yeah, sounds like a plan.
Okay.
Makes sense.
Fast shipping to your purpose, prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. You know it. Turn your panels into cash, every angle's looking mad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your walrus got your back. It's a fact, all the systems slack, batteries that last. Get a walrus and you'll never go back. Know you're set, from the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With walrus by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Power in your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, power up your life. BatteryEvo, green energy in the strife. BatteryEvo, walrus, BatteryEvo, future's looking bright. BatteryEvo, all in one system. BatteryEvo, let's go, BatteryEvo, walrus, BatteryEvo, prices on the market.
If anybody's just joining, feel free to ask us any questions about what we do over here, our battery backup systems. We're here to answer your questions, so just drop them in the chat.
Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on the bottom. Power your whole home appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for a planet just like you should. With dummy use settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels in your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. You know I turn the panels into cash. Every angle's looking rad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your Walrus got your back. It's a fact, all the systems slap, batteries badass. Get a Walrus and you'll never go back. No, you're set. From the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With Walrus by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Powering your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, yeah. Power up your life, okay. BatteryEvo, yeah. Green energy, no strife. BatteryEvo, yeah. Walrus, Walrus. BatteryEvo, yeah. The future's looking bright. BatteryEvo, yeah. All in one system, okay. BatteryEvo, yeah. Let's go, let's go. BatteryEvo, yeah. Walrus, Walrus. BatteryEvo, yeah. Lowest prices on the market. Lowest prices on the market. Let me tell you about a system called the Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that benefits all of us. Inverter on the top, battery on bottom. Power your whole home, appliances, all of them. Off-grid living, it feels so good. Going green for a planet, just like you should. With time of use settings, more money in your pocket. Buy a Walrus and your family is stocked up. We got the Arctic, plug it in and start it. Fast shipping to your crib, best prices on the market. Wheels on your carpet, power your apartment. Energy is money and it's time to harvest. So turn the panels into cash. Everything goes looking rad. Power outage, don't sweat it, cause your Walrus got your back. It's a fact, all our systems flat. Batteries badass, get a Walrus and you never go back. Know you're set. From the suburbs to the farms, we keep you powered. Sustainable living in every single hour. Renewable energy, that's our mission. Join the revolution, make a green decision. With Walrus by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Walrus is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient, always there. Powering your life, showing we care. BatteryEvo, yeah, power up your life, okay. BatteryEvo, yes, no energy, no strife. BatteryEvo.
So what you see on screen behind us right now is a video explaining our repurposing process for some of our batteries. One thing we do here at BatteryEvo is we'll take batteries from car manufacturers. So like, you know, think of any big name car manufacturer out there. They make tons and tons of lithium batteries for their electric vehicles every year. And every year you get thousands of their batteries that can't ever go to market because of little issues like that have nothing to do with the battery cells. It's like, you know, like the screw hole is off, or like the battery casing, like the plastic that it's held in, is like a couple millimeters off. It's things like that. And usually they would end up throwing those all out. They go into landfills. But what we do here is we take them off their hands and we'll extract the battery materials from them, which are still good and never been used, and turn them into brand new systems, like our Walrus, for example. She'll take you off the grid. And the guy explaining it in the video, that video just ended, but little genie who was explaining it, that's Leafio. He's our boy. Yeah. I got a bunch that you haven't heard.
Start off this gem Rhino 14 kilowatt hour. Rhino. You want the card or no? No card?
If anybody's just joining, shoot us a message in the chat. We're here to answer your questions. If you don't have any questions, just put anything in that chat. We'll see it. We'll respond to it. You know, we're here for you guys.
We're here for you guys. That was a great line. Alright. I need some internal banter because I'm getting bored.
We'll talk about some shaved ice again.
Huh? What is it?
Shaved ice.
Shaved ice?
Yesterday, if anybody is on who tuned in yesterday, you know that Brian spent like a good at least 30 minutes talking to the chat about shaved ice. So we can get that going again if you guys want to hear it.
We should get one of those machines in here. I'll make you guys all and everything.
Shaved ice?
Shaved ice?
You think, okay, if we got one of those shaved ice machines and plugged it into the Walrus, how many cups of ice can we fill before we run out of battery?
Oh, dude, we've been going for like at least 24 hours.
We
At
get everybody
least.
in the factory snow cone.
For sure. Easy. Cigar, find me a snow cone machine, shaved ice snow cone machine. Let's find out how much power it draws. And then if we plug that into the Walrus, let's see how long you can run a shaved ice business on a Walrus. Find one on Amazon.
Seen that shaved ice? That's super soft and good.
How much can you sell one snow cone for?
One snow cone, like $1.30.
$1.30 a snow cone?
If it's one of those shaved ice ones, yeah.
Alright, so sell a couple thousand snow cones. Your Walrus pays for itself.
Yeah, easy.
So just search one and let's see what the powers you need.
How much
power?
Oh my god.
You want me to do
I'll ask
the live and the
ChatGPT.
math?
You can just give me.
How many kilowatts of power to create, to make one snow cone?
I don't think you need a kilowatt. Maybe just once. Couple hundred.
Okay, yeah, just watts, not kilowatts. So it'll take you 300 watts to make one snow cone. That's 0.3. No,
0.3 kilowatts, yeah.
yeah, 0.3 kilowatt hours. It takes 0.3 kilowatt hours to make a snow
How
cone.
much?
One snow cone is 0.3 kilowatts
Okay, 0.3 kilowatts per snow cone?
per snow cone. So what's that number?
43 snow cone
43 snow cones
Yeah,
per what?
yeah.
Per hour?
per
Seems like too much power.
walrus.
No, you
So
can
let's
make,
just
you can make
join-
more snow cones than 43 on a walrus. That's for sure.
No, 43 is way too little. I don't think you got your math right.
Yeah, if you put, I mean,
Because
we're just
when you
using
turn it on,
ChatGPT.
You just snow them. You know what I mean?
I've
So
run
you-
production lights off our walrus like all day.
I don't know
you
how
know?
many snow cones he can make in 1 hour. I mean, 43.3, that's an hour. Like how long?
Oh,
he
it's
can
an
make.
hour. Okay, per
Just
Now we
hour.
gotta figure out how many snow cones we can
Okay.
do in an hour.
Like that. So that's an hour continuous and then turns on.
So you can make 43 snow
we won't
cones
use
in
the
an hour on
birthday
the
snow
walrus.
cones. It's like seconds.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah, you can make-
So
yeah.
let's just say per snow cone is 10 seconds to
Okay.
fill it, and then you got an hour. So that's what 600 snow cones per hour. And you're gonna run this for how many hours?
43.
43 hours. You could probably potentially do times 600.
I'm gonna ask because our ChatGPT, we have a
So we're guesstimating 25,980 snow cones per one full walrus discharge.
nice. I'm gonna ask ChatGPT that too because we got at our company here we got a custom ChatGPT bot that knows everything about the walrus systems. So I'm gonna ask it how many snow cones can you make on one fully charged walrus before it ends up. We'll see if it matches their 25,000 number.
If you're just joining us, we're talking about the walrus units here. In a bit, once we get these voltages to match up, we're gonna go ahead and plug it in so you can see how easy it is to connect an extension pack. We'll probably get there, right? Okay, so we're charging it on the 72 volt charger now. Now, this isn't the most common way to charge this. It's just an extra option in case you can't go grid tied or solar off grid. We do have a 72 volt charger that you can just plug into any 110 volt outlet, plug it straight into the DC input of the walrus unit, and then you could use a wall outlet. It's basically a wall outlet charger. But again, it's not necessarily the best in terms of charging speed, but it's efficient in case like, hey, I just need something to charge this, or you don't mind charging it overnight. It's a perfect way to get charged over this. So that's what we're doing right now because we're nowhere close to our grid tie application.
ChatGPT.
Yeah, so we usually use for like a small battery, but it is a 72 volt charger, so it matches up to our 72 volt walrus system. So because of that, it does work. But again, it's not a supercharger. We got the vibes over here. Play the soul track, the walrus soul.
I got
the first
it.
soul.
I got it. I got it. We'll see. I got a
I
few.
like how you can see the side of it too. That's fire.
ChatGPT says you can make over 3,000 snow cones on a fully charged walrus. So,
How many?
oh, it says 3,000.
I don't know. I think it's underestimated.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I believe that either. I think you could make way more snow cones on a walrus. It says 3,132. But I'm pretty. Should we test it? Should we do a 24-hour live stream where we're just making as many snow cones as possible on the walrus? It's more than 43. Yeah.
Alright, so we need to get some live tracks going. Invite we're doing this live in a bit.
Let me introduce you to the walrus, it's supreme. A machine so amazing, it's like living a dream. Inverter on top, battery below. Powers your whole house, everything on the go. Living off the grid, it's such a thrill. Going green for the planet, it's a fantastic deal. Time of your savings, save you more cash. Buy a walrus and your family will stash. We've got the Arctic, plug it in, start the spark. Fast shipping to your door, we're hitting the mark. Roll it on your rug, power your pad. Energy is wealth, and it's time to grab. Turn your panels into gold.
There's another one where the other girl sings. Is this one?
Oh, I got
It's
the
not
other
different
one.
because that could be straight out of my computer.
This one is this is kind of like the older school soul. Here, I'll find a. I know I got the other one.
So we're live right now,
Like-
Wilson. We're gonna have some more people joining in a bit. We're charging this on the 72-volt charger, and once the voltage is matched, we're gonna plug in the extension pack, and then we're probably gonna plug in that AC into it, so we can see kind of how it works.
Awesome, Black Moon. I see that you talked to Billy and that he helped you out. I'm really happy to hear he was able to help you with your questions there. And yeah, thanks for joining us on the live stream.
From back in the day, Black Moon said they used to buy some 12-volt batteries and they're running in the series from back in the day. So I'm not sure, so it's never gone on the walls.
He said he just talked to Billy and that helped him out a lot.
Billy's a comedian. I don't know if you know that.
I didn't know that.
Billy has a special on I think it's Netflix. I don't know where it's at.
He does
I think
stand up?
Amazon. Huh?
He does stand up?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
He has a whole bit online.
Oh man, I gotta see that. That's awesome. So Black Moon, you were just talking to Billy. He's also a stand-up comedian. He's got a special out somewhere. We'll see if we can find it for you.
Anybody just joining? This is the BatteryEvo Live. We can talk about the battery units. We can talk about anything that you're looking to power. We can talk about your golf carts, your utility carts. If you have a large commercial business, you know, like a commercial business, and then you're looking to get power backup, or you're looking to offset your electrical costs, we have large commercial units that you can basically plug into your building and then lower the electricity cost, and then always be prepared for a power outage. On top of that, we do have some new EV chargers. These are drop-in solutions. So instead of having to redo the entire infrastructure, do you know how that works, Nick? The supercharger thing, like if you want to test a supercharger you've seen them.
Yeah, I understand the basics of you just roll up.
You know what it
when you're
takes to
EV
get
car.
that set up.
I know okay, so I know from talking to our guys that it's a huge pain. I don't know all the steps, but I know it can take months to get your place retrofitted to get an EV
So
charger.
it's not even just retrofitted, you basically have to call the electrical company and be like, can I even do this here? And then they have to either approve you or disapprove you, you know? And then they can basically be like, no, you can't get superchargers there because the infrastructure isn't designed for you to put superchargers. So imagine you're like a small, medium, maybe even a large commercial property and you want some EV superchargers, there's a chance that the utility company just say no.
Wow.
They can just be like, nope, not your spot. Right? So we have these drop-in solutions which utilize batteries inside of them. And then you can basically just drop them in wherever you want, kind of like think about like a vending machine. You can basically put a vending machine anywhere. So same thing, so you put that, it's got a credit card reader, and you can offer either your employees or offer your customers EV charging, supercharging speeds without having to change the existing infrastructure. Right, that's the key here.
How would you recharge the supercharger? Say you are using it, you don't have it plugged directly into your grid or anything at all?
So you can go both. Well, you can go two ways. You can go solar off grid, like the way the Walrus does. So you can get solar DC energy straight into the battery packs.
Nice.
Or you can go grid tied to your commercial building. But see, the superchargers, because they're superchargers, it's basically like a whole bunch of electricity going out at the same time, right? So because of that, they need to update the wiring in your building. It's like more like bigger gauge cables, higher voltage systems to be able to handle that. So if you cannot get the wiring installed to do that, it's not happening.
Sounds to me
So
like best way to be solar.
The Walrus, you just plug in AC
Yeah.
input 50 amp, right? So just imagine you do 220 volts or 480 volts, probably 480 volts. 480 volt, which all commercial buildings should have 48 volts. They have to have it. So you plug in 48 volts and then you just trickle charge. So it charges. When a supercar when an EV car comes up, you charge it, and then because of the battery and the inverter, it can just deplete very quickly, and then give you that supercharging speed, and then when the car leaves, it just backs to trickle charge.
Nice.
You know, so
Nice and
so
easy.
you can utilize a regular 480 volt plug into the supercharger, and then that's already that's one cable.
Yeah.
One cable. Or you can do solar off grid and basically offer free energy.
Yeah, I mean, if you hook up the EV charger to like enough solar panels directly, just that thing could be going all the time, not even have to pay a dime for it. And
Yeah, exactly. So think about it, it's basically a free business.
yeah, because you get the benefits of offering green energy. It's good. You get incentives for doing that. It's good for the planet. Customers like it, especially the ones who already have EV cars. But then it's like with the credit card reader on it, it's like essentially like having a vending machine, right? But you never got to worry about refilling the soda because the sun's doing it for you.
There you go. There you go.
Analogies.
You don't have to worry about refilling the soda.
Thank you, team.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's it for me for the day. I'm gonna leave. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. We're done. We're out.
I had my analogy, so I can go home.
Yeah. And if anybody's joining in right now live, and they were in the last few days, the offer still stands. If anybody buys a 60 kilowatt hour battery, I'll have Tommy do a backflip live on the chat. But and remember, deal of the day is 60 kilowatt hour. If anybody needs 60 kilowatt hour worth of battery backup, call in. That's the deal of the day. I'll have my sales guys give you the absolute best deal on that, just because they want 60 kilowatt hour.
You got a haircut? You didn't tell me about it?
I knew it. I told you. I knew this was gonna happen. I forgot. I went.
Dude, you didn't call me for losing my hair.
Here, look. Wait, where is it? I went and got a haircut. I was supposed to invite Jeff, and I didn't do it.
Oh man.
If anybody's in the valley, you can go to True Barbershop and get a haircut with my brother. I'm sorry, go there. I'll hook you up.
You get a haircut.
So we got Jeff here. Jeff is one of our sales reps here. He can help you with any good deal on the walrus and anything B2B commercial. If you have a large commercial business and need large power backups, EV chargers, call in and you can talk directly with Jeff. And then Jeff's going to be able to hook you up with that. It is a bit longer process, but getting started like as soon as you can is probably the best way to get started. You know what I mean? You gotta start to get started.
You gotta.
So if you're just joining, this is the YouTube Live, like as anybody did in here before, we're doing this so that you can take advantage of that. During the YouTube Live, you can get extra deals on site. So right now we got Prime Day deals. We extended the sales because people didn't get a chance to get to the sale in time. So we extended it, and then we're doing this YouTube Live. So while the YouTube Live is going, you can call in the number up on the top that we pin or on the screen, and then they're going to give you a deal. We're going to be able to approve extra discounts just for doing that. And if you've already bought some batteries, let us know how you're powering, like what you're using them to power. We're trying to talk about off-grid dwellings, EV chargers, anything in the energy space, basically.
We love hearing about what
If you
people are
hate
doing.
lithium batteries and you're all about gasoline and fossil fuels, let us know in the chat too. We can talk about it. We could go spec for spec on gas versus batteries, electric batteries.
If you can convince me that running your home off of gasoline is better than a walrus, I will drink a gallon of gasoline on stream.
Oh, don't do that. Don't say that. Don't disclaimer that he's not doing that.
Yeah, we have to put one on up.
Nick
Do
is
not
also
try this
sick
at
of
home.
California rents and California electricity costs. So if anybody lives outside of California and believes that their state is better, let us know in the chat, because Nick is looking for someplace to live remotely. He needs to get out of here as fast as possible.
I like LA.
The California stress is getting to him. Nick is from Florida, so he's like, Nick likes freedom, you know? So if anybody, yesterday we almost convinced him to move to Pennsylvania, but if anybody's got any better states
Yeah, please
that they think Nick should go move to, please
convince me to
mention in the
move
chat.
to your state.
That's a good comment. There's going to move to your state.
Yeah, if you can get Nick to move to your state, what do we gotta do? We gotta give him something. We're gonna give him Nick for sure.
Yeah, you'll get
We
me
gotta
a
give Nick
prize.
plus. If anybody convinces Nick to move out of state, we'll give you, I don't know, 50% off a walrus? If they get you to move.
Do you want me? You're trying to get rid of me that bad?
Yeah, 50% off a walrus if you convince Nick to move.
50% discount?
That is crazy. Sick of the Hollywood life. If anybody in here is also into VR applications, we're in the process of building out a Walrus VR application. You'll be able to, hopefully, I mean, this is stage one, but from the way that I imagine it is we will set up the VR world, the walrus will be inside the VR world. We'll have a home, like some type of regular home, and then people will be able to interact with it in some type of VR manner.
Yeah.
I don't know how far we're gonna get.
I
to
can
that.
definitely open up the home, the home scene we got with the garage
There you go.
in our market. I can open that up in VR, and I can drop the Walrus and Walrus Arctic into it. Hooking up the plug specifically might require a little coding, so we
Yeah.
might have to get Serdar, or maybe because I know Serdar was messing with that stuff a little bit, or like some kind of third party.
Yeah,
But
Serdar knows
we
how
could
to build
totally set up a
apps.
VR, like how to set up the Walrus. That's doable. And we can already, like, if we wanted to, we could have you go on VR and I'll stream it whenever. We could turn this stream into a VR stream
You
if
turn
we
this
wanted
into
to.
VR?
Yeah, you can hop onto VR chat, talk to some randoms about the batteries.
Random. In the VR world.
If anybody's just joining, we are here to answer all your questions. Also, if you're enjoying this even a little bit, give us a like and a subscribe. We're here for you.
Play that one song, like, it's such a thrill. That one was fire. I like that one so much.
Which one? I got too many songs at this point.
You have to really title them. They literally are all Walrus Song 1, Walrus Song
Yeah.
2, Walrus Song 3.
Let me tell you about a system called Walrus. It's a wonderful machine that does follow us. Inverter on the top, battery on the bottom. Now we all appliances.
Chris, can you put one of those like off-grid, like those manufactured home on the screen again? Anybody jump in? Let's talk about more about this. I'm gonna try to get Gary's here.
I do like manufactured.
Gary's here right now. We're going to convince him to buy us a prefabricated home.
You want like
Gary's our accounting.
Yeah,
kind
put
of
the
accounting
Amazon
hero.
ones. Put the Amazon ones. So we're trying to figure out what's the best way, what's the solar input limit from Ifron thing. So the way it's gonna work, it all depends if you're grid tied or off grid. If you're gonna run off grid straight off the PV input, the PV is gonna be rated for 90 to 230 volts inputs. So you gotta be within that range for it to work efficiently. Right? We have a couple of partners here, Ifron, if you're trying to go fully off grid. We have some partners that we can get you tied up with, and we can ship you some what's it called? Some off-grid DC panels. It'll be 4,500 watts worth of solar, and you can basically do an off-grid setup with that. Irfan, what are you trying to power? What is it that you're trying to do? And I'm assuming it's for a home. So if anybody's just joining, please feel free to ask a question. We got the... Anybody just joining? I have existing. Oh yeah. So you're probably. Oh yeah. So you're grid tied. You're grid tied. So in this situation, you don't really gotta worry too much about the PV input because you're not gonna use it. So you're gonna go AC grid tie. So the way that works is you're gonna utilize the AC input from here. Can you see it? You can see the screen. I think you should.
Yeah, you can see that.
So you're gonna use the AC input to be able to do a grid tied setup because your solar panel is already connected to your grid, so you probably have net metering, and then you're gonna pull the power out of the electrical panel, and then we're gonna pull the power right out of the electrical panel, and then you're gonna collect all of that extra solar. So you're gonna charge the battery up, and then you're gonna use the AC output, which is the one over here. Serdar, can you give me the 50 amp cables and bring them here, please? Just so at least I can show what they look like. Thank you. And so you'll use the AC output, so then you're gonna wire up to a sub panel. Now, some people sometimes don't want to do the sub-panel install, they think it's too hectic, but here's the reason for the sub-panel. So once you are, can you put a sub-panel on the screen? So the reason for the sub-panel is when you're grid tied, when the power goes out, the grid doesn't work. So your meter's basically not running. So once that grid cuts out, how do you plan on wiring the power to your home? Right? Like, you're not going to be able to. And then if the grid's cut out, you're not going to get more charge, you're not going to get more solar because your grid's tied. So the sub panel is basically like an alternative route. So you can take the power straight out of your grid, charge up your battery packs, and then use the sub panel to reroute all the energy from the battery pack back to your home. So if the grid's cut out, you're always gonna have power flowing back in. So this guy's doing a sub panel. And then, dude, we're just basically shouting this guy out. So he's gonna do a sub panel
Adjust
install.
your camera angle a tiny bit.
Okay, so he's got a sub panel installed, right? So why do you want a sub panel? So you can reroute the energy. When the grid cuts out, you're not gonna have power in your home. The grid's not working. So the sub panel lets you reroute the energy out of the battery pack and back into your home. Okay? So if your grid tied, you can use this in a grid tied situation. And if you want to take advantage of going off grid, we have solar partners that we can get you DC solar panels from. Okay, so Irfan, if you want to buy this unit, go ahead and call in. There's the number that we pinned at the top, and then let them know that you watched the YouTube live, and then just because of that, they're going to give you an extra deal. Put the off-grid running, Walson, I want you to buy me one of these, please. I'm trying to show people how to go off-grid. We were showing this yesterday. Yeah. So if anybody's trying to go off-grid, we were showing this yesterday.
If anybody wants to see us build a prefabricated house and power it with the walrus,
right? DC
let us
solar
know.
panels and a walrus unit. You could get easily one of these 1,200 square foot, 800 square foot off-grid dwellings. Well, no, they're not off-grid dwellings. They're just mini homes. They're container homes. But you could basically put them off-grid using a walrus and a couple of DC panels. You would only need 10 DC panels to get an off-grid. There it is. There it is. Right? So again, if anybody knows what's the best state for living off-grid, let us know, because Nick is trying to leave California.
I'm not trying to leave California.
As fast as possible.
You're saying that in front of Walson, you're gonna scare him. I'm not going anywhere.
So if anybody can tell me what's the best state to live off-grid, Nick is gonna move there immediately. All right, so look. Okay, we'll connect it. So we got the 50 amp cable here. And if any of you guys have trailers or RVs, you're pretty familiar with this kind of cable. You're gonna get two of these. So when you get a walrus, you're gonna get two of these alongside a PV input. Where's my PV input cable? Just so I can show it.
Irfan wants to know, will most solar panels work off the shelf as long as they're connected in series?
So see now, we got more stuff here now. We got the 50 amp cable.
Irfan wants to know, will most solar panels work off the shelf as long as they're connected in series parallel to meet the input
Technically,
range?
yes.
Yeah.
If they're DC solar panels, right? You don't want to have ones with microinverters on them. They need to be DC straight in. I'm going to bring the PV cable over here so you can see what the wiring looks like. But yeah, so you're going to get two of these and the PV input. So technically, yes, as long as you run them in series. So Irfan seems like he's pretty savvy with the solar panels. So yes, you can basically do that and get off-grid solar. And that will go directly into the PV input on the blue side, and then it'll be solar energy going directly into here, storing into your battery pack, but you're still going to use the 50 amp cable on the AC output to wire it back into your home using a generator port. And again, if any of you guys have been going using generators as backups, it's the same type of install. Generator port, plug this in, you draw the power out. And then you would want to utilize a sub panel to reroute that energy back into your home, right? Like for example, Texas, they've been having power outages for weeks now, for multiple days, right? If you're having that kind of situation, how are you going to get the power out of your grid and back into your home? You can't. There's no power, right? So that's what the sub panels for. Reroute the energy out. And you can basically plug in a generator or some DC solar panels to charge this unit, and based on that, you're going to be able to get power. And then this is what the PV cable looks like. Right, so it's just blue side goes here, black and white, positive and negative wires on the other end. So your DC solar panels will basically connect here. Now positive and positive, negative and negative. You go directly into the PV input, As long as you're within that range and you got about 4,000 watts of solar, you can create an efficient system to start using off-grid solar.
Thanks for the question, Irfan.
Call in if you're looking to get this. Even if you're not ready just this second, they're gonna lock you in on YouTube live pricing. You can only get these discounts while the YouTube is going on. If we're not live, I can't approve any discounts for you. If anybody's got any other questions, where do you live, Irfan? What state are you in? Maybe we can look up what's the restrictions in your, or not restrictions, but like what going off-grid looks like in your state and city. We were doing this yesterday. We looked up in San Francisco Bay. San Francisco Bay area actually has a whole bunch of rebates for batteries, EVs, EV charger equipment, and what else? And solar. And then we also looked up in Arizona, and then we looked up the utilities in, what was that other place?
Sunny Zona, right?
Sunny Zona, Arizona, but that's the guy who was going completely off grid.
Yeah.
There was another place.
We were talking about Pennsylvania yesterday. Yeah. We had a customer in Pennsylvania telling us how they were going off grid.
Yeah. So if you're in California, I think California has the highest electricity rates. Can you look up what top 3 states have the highest electricity costs?
I think Wyoming was really high.
Wyoming?
Yeah, let me double check that.
We can find out who has the top 3 most expensive states.
All right. Well, the number one highest electricity rate in the U.S. is Hawaii. That's because they're isolated from the rest of the continental U.S., so it's harder to get the power out there, I would imagine. Number 2 highest electricity rate in the United States, we got Connecticut.
Wow.
Connecticut is pricey. Let me see if I can find the exact cost on that. Number 3, Massachusetts. Yeah, no, Cali's not even in the top 5, according to this list. Number 4, Rhode Island, and number 5, Maryland. So if any of you guys are listening from the northeastern area of the United States, you're in trouble. Better get a walrus.
I need one of these shipped here. So we're going to try to figure it out. We're going to try to convince the higher-ups here to get me one of these off-grid dwellings. And we're going to try to put up with some BatteryEvo batteries. And we're going to basically go off-grid. I don't want to pay electricity anymore, Jeff. I'm done.
Are you moving into that one?
I'll live in it. I'll live in it. If we build a prefab house and power it with our batteries, I will live in it.
We ran the numbers yesterday. It would be cheaper for Nick to stop paying his apartment building, save that money, and with the money he would save, he'd get one of these scot-free, basically.
Let's go. What's the return on it?
For basically about 12K, this is straight out of Amazon, but you can get this shipped in from like outside the country.
It's a nice one.
For about 3 to 4 grand.
No way.
Batteries is about a $7,000 to $10,000 system.
Wow.
So at around 12 to 15K,
Let's go.
he's already spending like we did the metal. How much you spending a year?
Do we need a place to drop it, or are we gonna live in the back over here?
I think we're gonna have to live in the back. Either that, or we're gonna have to get some land.
Yeah, we'll just put it in the back of the warehouse here. I'll live there.
Guess what?
I already live close to work.
Yeah.
I'll live a little
I
closer.
think it's sick.
No, dude,
This is
I would
the
do it.
Amazon version, right?
Yeah. And they come in a container, so they basically come in this small container, and then you can
Fold
expand
out.
it. Yeah.
Wow.
So you can put it on any towing truck. A towing truck can move this around.
Right?
Yeah. So if anybody's just joining, we got the BatteryEvo YouTube Live, and as you know, we're doing this. You can ask about the questions about the Walrus unit, and you can use the time to take advantage of calling in and getting an extra discount on your batteries. We do have Prime extended sales,
It's important.
but when you call in during the live, you can always get more discount. Okay, that's the way this works. So call in. Irfan was just basically trying to figure out how he can potentially use DC panels, even though he's currently grid tied. So you could use both. You could definitely go grid tied, but I would recommend, if you have the ability to do so, start getting your off-grid power solution ready. You know, you guys have seen the news. You guys have seen how like all these hurricanes are coming through, and then you also see how potentially the power grid could be potentially faulty.
Yeah,
And-
I am from Florida, born and raised in Florida my whole life before I moved out here. If anybody is listening out there from Florida, you know we got several hurricanes a year. I'm from South Florida specifically, Naples, so we get several hurricanes a year, be out of power sometimes for like a week at a time. And it happens every single year, and they're saying it's getting worse. You know, I was just visiting my family like last week in Florida, and they're all getting ready for this hurricane season this year because it's going to be a doozy this time. So you can never be too prepared. You know, you're gonna what's the phrase?
You can never be too prepared?
Yeah, I guess
Never be safe
that's
to
it. Yes, that's it. Yeah.
Ryan, Shay's gonna jump in there. Come on. Yeah, let's go.
Okay?
Yes.
Let's go.
Let your clients call me.
Let's go. Get in front of the camera right there. You're in front of the camera already.
So this is Shay. She's also on our sales rep team. So if you call in, she can help you get a deal. So she's kind of just here waiting for your phone call right now. If you go ahead and call in, I'm gonna have a special discount approved for you. And then, yeah. So
Call for Shay.
So we're definitely gonna be able to get your deal if you call in during the YouTube live. Okay. Irfan is probably gonna call in soon. He's ready to get our followers.
How is it?
To keep the people last night.
So as you jump in, ask a question in the live chat, and then we're going to be able to answer the question again. I have the unit right here, so I can show you how to plug it in. It's currently being charged using our 72-volt charger. It's almost at the voltage capacity to plug in the extension pack. So we can show you how to double up on power with one connection, and then I have an AC unit in the office that I'm going to plug into, so you can see how you can basically use a small AC unit on one of these battery packs. So all you gotta do is ask a question. What is it you're trying to
Yeah, get in there. Talk to the guys. Say what's up. This big Brian, come on.
Yeah,
Get him
Brian
on.
can jump in. So Brian is here.
Let's go.
So again, I brought it up
Let's
earlier.
get to
If
meet all our
anybody
sales
has a
reps.
large commercial business, a manufacturing, agriculture, what do you call it? Retail center? Retail center.
Retail.
And you're looking to maybe get some EV chargers, drop-in EV charger solutions, or a large battery bank for your manufacturing plant. Call in. You can talk to Brian, and he can get the process started so that you can basically lower your electricity costs. Or to how much?
Up to 30%, we can lower your energy costs up to 30% just by shaving peak rates. It's a slow process. You can start it slow, low investment, and work up from there.
And so if anybody buys a Walrus, Tommy will do a backflip live, but if anybody buys a commercial battery, Brian Stubbs will do a backflip on the YouTube live. So if you're a large commercial business, I mean, getting a large battery pack is going to be able to offset your electricity costs, right? If you have a manufacturing plant, the power goes out and your production has to stop, that's no good, right? So having a large battery pack protects you and your manufacturing plant. You're going to lower your costs, you're going to get federal tax incentives, you're going to get power backup, and then you're going to lower your bill, basically. If I have solar, do I plug the Walrus to cover solar costs? If I have solar, so if you have solar, so LOL is asking if you have solar, are you grid tied? I would assume you're probably grid tied. Like you bought the solar panels from a company and now they plug them to your house. That's a grid tied setup. LOL, are you doing grid tied or off grid before I explain it? I'll tell you both. I don't mind explaining both, but if you tell me what you have, I can specifically tell you for you. If you have solar, you're going to basically be able to do a grid tie setup using the AC input. So when you're grid tied, you have the solar panels basically goes into the main electrical panel. And then based on that, the power goes in and out through your main electrical panel. So how do you get the power out? You're going to utilize the main electrical panel in a NEMO port. That NEMO port is going to then use the 50 amp cable to go from your main electrical panel straight into the AC input. And then you utilize the other side to connect to your sub panel. No, so you'll go from your main electrical panel into your AC input, and then you'll use the AC output to go from your battery pack back into your sub panel to get your solar grid power stored into the battery pack and then rewired back into your home in case the power goes out. If you're doing off grid, you're going to go PV input, direct current wiring into the PV input, and then you get free solar. So either one of those is going to be the way you connect is if you have solar panels.
LOL, are you powering your home? If so, how big is your home?
How big is your home?
Remember, I asked you to do the animation for water tank, all those.
Yep.
Can you play with that water tank?
Sure.
Water dam?
On the TV there?
Oh, so Chris, that's the screen.
Oh yeah, what do we need?
Water dam?
Water tank, remember the animation?
I'll pull it up.
Oh, that's what I know what you mean. Okay. Oh,
Go to our channel,
Yeah, it's on our YouTube channel.
in the short or
I know it's for sure as a short. I might have posted it horizontally as well. Double check.
Alright, so anybody's just joining, this is the BatteryEvo Live. You can use this to get a deal on our batteries or to ask a question and I can show you how to use it. You don't always have to ask about the blowers, you can talk about any of the other batteries you have. If you have utility carts, golf carts, you just need backup power. It's just that this is the easiest product to roll around. It's our newest system, it's the all-in-one system, it's got wheels. So it's easy to bring it over here and just showcase it to you. How about Connecticut? Geronimo down there. So Connecticut, how about Connecticut? Well, Connecticut was what, number 2 most expensive?
Yeah, Connecticut was the number 2 most expensive electricity cost.
There you go. So if you're living in Connecticut, Geronimo, you already have a battery backup solution to basically lower your electricity costs, and you have a battery backup to help your power outages. When you're thinking about getting something like this, Geronimo, let us know. If you can convince Nick to move out of state to Connecticut, that'd be great.
Brian's been trying to get rid of me. He's trying to get people to convince me to move to their states.
Yeah, we gotta find out.
I want to post it. We just have so many videos on here. I'll just repost it right now. Yeah, I'll just repost it right now so it comes up at the top of our feed.
So you got the, what is it? Oh, you're using the video?
Yeah. Wilson wants to see the lake analogy with the dams. I'm gonna. Sure, I can explain it.
Sure.
But yeah, Geronimo. They, according to the graphs I was looking at earlier, Connecticut has the second highest electricity rates in the U.S. It's crazy. We would have thought it would be out here in California. We were surprised that it wasn't.
I'm
that
actually
we weren't
surprised
at
it
the
was
top.
not even in the top 5. But yeah, Geronimo, you're in Connecticut. What are you trying to power? How large is your home? I know Connecticut's got those big old homes too. Like those big old 5,000-6,000 square foot homes. You've seen those. I know you've seen those, Chris.
and I know I've seen those.
You know, I know you know.
Those homes in CT, bro.
Yes, yeah.
Massive.
What about
Nice
that
big
movie,
homes in
Haunting
CT.
in Connecticut? You know what I'm talking about?
And you know why they haunted it over there?
Because it's big?
massive.
Because there's plenty of room, or
There's
what?
plenty of room to go view.
How do I get a system? So you can get a system by ordering online, Geronimo, but I suggest that you call in right now on the number on the screen. They're gonna give you a good deal just because you're in the YouTube Live. Just because you're in YouTube Live.
While we have this live stream going, our sales reps can offer special deals. Just call in and mention the that you're watching the stream, and they'll hook you up even more than usual.
Yeah, you're gonna scrape off more money. The unit right now is on sale for like 37 up to 45%, depending on the one you want to get. But Geronimo, how large is your home? What are you trying to back up so that we can tell you? This is the Walrus G2. This is a 13 kilowatt hour system. But we also got the Walrus Atlantic, that's a 30 kilowatt hour system. And like I said, Geronimo, if for the deal of the day is the 60 kilowatt hour system, anybody who gets a 60 kilowatt hour system is going to get the best deal available. You know, it's only available at a 60 kilowatt hour system. So I know Connecticut's got some of those large homes. If you could let us know what you're looking to power, you know, we can give you a pretty good idea what power system to use. So if anybody's just joining, go ahead and ask a question. We're trying to figure out for Geronimo how large his home is in Connecticut. We're not trying to really put him on blast. We're kind of trying to put him on blast. We're trying to see how large is his home so we can see what kind of unit we can recommend for him. We just found out that Connecticut is the second most expensive state in terms of electricity, correct? Second?
Yeah,
Number two most expensive. How much
Geronimo, do you have any idea why that is? We're kind of baffled over here. 'Cause, I don't know why Connecticut would have such higher electricity costs. Is your electricity bill high over there?
I think Connecticut also has the, like, how do you call it, like the most expensive, like it's like one of the most expensive states. Or just that area, like that little, there's like an area in Connecticut that's like the most expensive in the United States.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it's like, yeah. Yeah, I forget what it is, I looked it up over there. How much is the electricity cost in Connecticut? Anybody wants to see Tommy do a backflip live? Like, dude, we're gonna have Tommy do a backflip at some point.
Tommy's like going home and training his backflips every day because he knows.
Oh, he just did that? Yeah,
He's probably practicing.
Yeah, he's probably, he went down to the bathroom to go practice some backflips.
How much do I save because I'm broke? How much do they save? I know the unit's 37% off. Right?
Yeah,
You
it's
get about
37% off
$4.99.
right now, and if you call in, it'd be even more. Our reps always do the best they can to work with our clients. So talk to them, let them know what's going on, and we'll see what they can do. Got a good bunch of people over here.
I'll send it.
No, we're still on.
Remember, if you're just joining, this is going to be your chance to get a special, like, extra deal on any of the battery units we have, but you have to call during the live. We started the live earlier today, so we can give people more time to take advantage, but at some point the live does end. Once that live ends, I'm not going to be able to prove any more. You should put it longer. Oh, here we go. The understanding of the flow.
This is the video.
Alright, Nick, you're going to have to do a lecture on this one.
I'll give him a lecture. Hold on, let me see if I can get it to loop or something.
YouTube doesn't have a loop function, that's so much.
Not on the TV at least. Alright, so I'll explain it.
Alright, so this video that you see on the TV behind Brian here, it'll actually pop up at some point behind us on the big overlay. But this is basically to explain how the electricity will flow from the power grid to the Walrus and then into your home using lakes and dams as an analogy. So imagine you got a dam blocking the flow of water that should go to your house, and that you got to pay that dam every day in order to get your water. That's essentially what you're working with taking your power from the electric grid. The Walrus is here to charge up with that and help you remove yourself from the grid, and there's a couple ways you can do that. One is by taking advantage of time of use, the fluctuating rates. So throughout the day, your electricity rates will change in price. Almost every electric provider has this as part of their the way they price out. So in our state, California, a lot of the time it's more expensive during the day when they expect a lot of people to be home. So when you have a lot of people home using their power, they'll charge you more for it, like around 50 cents a kilowatt. When it's nighttime, when they're expecting less usage, the price goes way down, like sometimes all the way down to like 10 cents. So you're talking 50 cents versus 10 cents, which doesn't sound like a lot, but when you add up all the electricity you use all year long, huge difference. So with the Walrus, you can charge it up during the nighttime when that electricity is cheaper, and then use your Walrus's stored energy during the day to power your home instead of using the more expensive electricity. And when you do this over the course of a year, 2 years, several years, you'll save thousands of dollars on your electricity bill. We have a couple customers who have let us know how much they've saved using the Walrus hooked up to their grid like that. And it's great. We love to hear about it. And the other way, of course, is if you have solar panels, you can just get your electricity directly from your solar to power up your Walrus, and then go completely off grid using that, so you don't got to pay for it at all. If anybody's just joining, Brian and I have been on. We are answering your questions about the BatteryEvo units and all of our batteries here. We're also responding to pretty much anything you say in the chat. Yesterday we spent about 30 minutes talking about shaved ice with Winona, who was joining us from.
That was an awesome compliment.
Yeah, that was Winona. If you're out there, you're a goat. We love you. Geronimo says you have solar already. Okay, so that's great. So with the Walrus system, as Brian was showing earlier, you can just plug your solar panels directly into the Walrus to charge it up, and then plug the Walrus back into your home and use that power. Are you already powering your home with solar? Do you have an inverter already? And you're just looking for a battery to store it? Let us know. Because if so, we have standalone batteries too. If you already have an inverter, you might not need the Walrus. Something like the Kong or the Rhino could potentially suit your needs.
Geronimo already has solar, so I think I explained it a little bit earlier. Geronimo, are you grid tied or off grid? I would think if you already have solar, you're probably grid tied. Remember, when you're doing grid tied setup, you're going to do the AC inputs. You're going to go grid tied. So you can go AC input in, and then AC output to get the power out of the battery pack. That's the key here. To get the power out of the battery pack, you need to use the AC input and output. AC input, I really think we need the grid, bro. We need the main electrical box that we have downstairs.
Yeah, we should get one hooked up
We
here.
had a mini.
Or maybe you can play on the screen and then pause it. There's a video I know that was showing.
So now we can last it. You don't have the cool though, you know.
Geronimo's house is about 2,000 square feet.
The video from downstairs that we show the panels and stuff. So the house is about 2,000 square foot. Alright, so yeah, so you need one G2 is going to be a good starting point for you to be able to have power backup and to start lowering your bills. If you have very large appliances that draw power out, you might consider an Atlantic. But a Walrus G2 maybe. A Walrus G2 with an extension pack is going to get you, it's one, it's a really good deal online. And then two, it's there should be one video where I'm like talking about it.
Find the Walrus overview. It's you're getting close to it.
There you go. And then just skip to the part where I have the electrical
that one's
panel.
Find it's like the 14-minute long one. He explains the whole process.
And then just skip to the part. So yeah, so when is the Pacific coming out? Pacific. We have the Atlantic.
The Pacific is going to be our next one. Yeah, the Pacific's going to be even larger than the Atlantic.
Okay, so I'm not even sure when that's coming out. I'm not sure how far out we are with that. I guess, I mean, Nick says we're getting there.
Sardar, do you have any
on that.
idea? We can't officially announce when it's coming out yet. We don't have the announcment ready for that release date, but it is in the pipeline. It's going to be coming soon.
I guess
Do you
just
know
so can
when the
clearly see both
Pacific?
the sub-panel and the electrical panel.
Like,
right there, maybe pause there. Then maybe see if you can.
So-
it's not even right easy to see.
we have a couple big product announcements coming up in the near future,
Oh, there
both
you
with the Walrus and some new products altogether. So keep an eye out. We can't officially say the release date for it yet,
Right here. There you go.
but
there
it
you go,
will
there you
be
go.
will be in the
All
coming
right,
months.
so if you're grid tied, I don't even know how well you can see this. All right, whatever. It's for the sake of the
Main
presentation.
electrical panel.
Right, so your main electrical panel
bro,
is
I'll leave this
wired
here in
up
case y'all need to
to your panel. So your solar panels are going right into here. So the solar comes in through here, and then you're going to use the AC, the 50 amp cable to basically wire the power out, and then wire it back into here, and then that's going to go to the AC input. That's how you're going to get the grid tied solar coming into here, and then you're going to use the AC output, like you see here, the green port, if you can see the green port, and then that's wired up into my sub panel. And so you basically can wire up your grid tied solar coming in from your solar panels into the grid, into your battery pack, utilizing the 50 amp cable, right? So connect this to your grid, and then connect it to your AC input. You got your solar storing power. Then you got the AC output to wire it into the sub panel to reroute the power out into your home, right? So some people are like, well, why would I need a sub panel for? Well, remember, when the power goes out, your grid, your main electrical panel does not work. So how do you get the power in and out of your home? You utilize the sub panel to reroute the power away from the main panel and into your home. So you could utilize a gas, even if you don't want to use a battery pack, you could use this with a gas generator. You could use a sub panel for a gas or diesel generator, but again, it's the same type of install, so you could utilize a battery like this to take advantage of solar, to take advantage of your grid tie. If Geronimo, I think it seems like you're going to probably want to use one of these, so if you're going to go ahead and do so, call the number on the screen, and you're going to be able to start saving money on your electricity, and then you're also going to be able to protect yourself during power outages. And then right now, it is heavily discounted, but if you call the number on the screen, you're going to basically get an extra discount on top of whatever it is that we're doing, just because you're in the YouTube Live. Why should you buy? We got 10-year warranty. 10-year warranty on all the batteries, on the Walruses and any other batteries that we have. And then we have the American supply chain along with American customer supports, right? So you can always call in here, and then we always have customer support to help you out. And then we're always going to offer the best price per kilowatt hour, which basically means we're always going to give you the biggest battery capacities for the lowest price, right? So go ahead and grab any of our battery capacities, look up batteries online, try to find something that's lower priced. I don't think that you'll find anything, but if you do, let us know. We pride ourselves on being the best price per kilowatt hour in the market, so you're going to get the most capacity. Fairfield County is the most expensive in Connecticut. Okay, got it. Is that where you're living, Geronimo, in Fairfield County? If this is the case, I mean, trying to figure out how you're going to offset those electrical costs is important. So, getting one of these power units could easily, if you utilize it to the most of your that you can get your bills cut by 80%. Most people are using this to use their homes, whatever, and then they're using some mini splits in their homes, so they don't really use their ACs anymore, their primary central ACs, because those draw a lot of power. There's plenty of ways to start to try to offset those electrical costs. If you can do off-grid, Geronimo, that's going to be the best way. I don't know what the Connecticut solar index is. If you guys get a lot of solar out there or a lot of sun, maybe utilizing some off-grid panels is buying from win-win solar fund different from buying. BatteryEvo. I don't think so. Win-Win Battery is a distributor. It sells the products online, I believe. And then but everything is out of product. If it's a BatteryEvo product, it's warranted by BatteryEvo, with the manufacturer and distributor. So if you're buying any of the batteries from any partners of BatteryEvo, the warranty stays the same. We will help you with technical support here. It's just we do have other distributors around the country who can help, basically get these units to other people. The idea is to try to help people get the power unit, right? Like Texas, for example, if you haven't seen any of our stuff in Texas, how do you plan on getting a battery pack, right? So there are other distributors around the country who basically have our battery packs. They have the ability to sell them too, but again, manufacturer warranty, right? So you can buy directly from us. We'll ship it out from you. You can buy from our partners. That's okay too. At the end of the day, if you need any help with battery packs, you can call in here. So that's one advantage of calling directly from BatteryEvo, is that we could potentially give you like a good deal. Like right now, if you call in during YouTube Live, you're gonna get a good deal. And then on top of that, we got the technical reps here. We understand the battery better than most anybody else. But if you want to buy from one of our distributor partners, that's okay too. There's no problem with that. If they're local to you, go ahead and do that. Yeah, so everything is basically just, we have some people up in the north, I think, northeast, northwest.
Jeff has a question, does that unit have the 240/40 amp out or the 50 amp out only?
So it's got both 30 amp out and 50 amp out. So it's got 50 amp in, 50 amp out, and then on the front, it's a 220 volt outlet, which is a 30 amp. So this is rated for 30 amp, right? The front is rated for 30 amp, the side is rated for 50 amp. This is a 220 volt outlet. So if you have something like, for example, something like this, with a 220 volt outlet, like sometimes like laundromats and dishwashers have this kind of port, if you needed to, you can plug right into it. And then we have this one here, you can plug right into the front here, and then you got more outlets. So that's a 220 volt outlet. But this one's 30 amp, the side one is 50 amp, right? If you need something higher than 50 amps, I suggest you call in, because that's going to be more of a commercial grade product. So you can call in and see if we can find you some type of solution for that. But yes, we do got 50 and 30 amp, both on the side and the front.
If anybody's just joining the stream,
if you're trying to buy one of these, go ahead and call in and try to lock in your YouTube live pricing, right? The whole idea is to lock in the YouTube live pricing.
Oh, you're good. I was just saying, if anybody's joining the stream, welcome. I saw a couple new viewers pop in. We're here to answer all your questions today, and anything you need, just let us know. See somebody, Charles, just...
Yeah, in Houston. How was the hurricane stuff in Houston?
Oh man, yeah, Texas just got it bad.
If you buy from the partners, yes, you still get the 10-year warranty. It's manufacturer 10-year warranty. So BatteryEvo is the warranty. We have warranty. It's a manufacturer warranty, right? So if you decide to do that, that's fine too. I bought a Walrus extra battery bundle about an hour ago. Wow. Okay, nice. So Houston heat stuff. So, Charles, we're gonna plug this in right now. Is it ready, Sir Dark? Can you plug it in? 77? This is it? Have Nate do it. Nate is a training exercise. So everybody who gets hired here or works here with us needs to learn about the battery packs. And once you start using it, you realize it's pretty easy to use. So we've been charging this using the 72 volt charger. Again, this is a slower charge, but we are able to use it upstairs. It just plugs into a 110 volt outlet. So if you're trying to use this in some type of like commercial building where you don't have solar, you can use this. Sardar and AD are going to plug this in for you, and so you can see how you can use an extension pack. You're good to go. So we got Nadine. She needs to learn how to use the batteries. So this is the all-in-one system. You want to get into it? So first you want to turn off the charger. The charger is the yellow piece. The yellow guy on top. Alright, so charge it off. Alright, so the reason why we decided that now is a good time is because the voltage, it was 77 on the charger, and our battery pack, so if you come over here, Andy, so you saw the number that was on the charger, right? It was 77. And then the voltage is on this one here. So we got a 78 volt voltage. So when you parallel batteries, it's important to know that you cannot have a difference of 1 volt from each battery. Okay, so if this is 77, this needs to be between 78 and 76 because they have a difference of 1 volt. They need to be similar. So if this is 62 and that's 74, can't plug them in. It's not going to work. Okay. So now this is 77, this is 78. It's in that safe range. So now you're going to take the Anderson cable. This is the DC connector. Okay. This is going to be able to help you do a direct current install. Right. Okay. So you got this one.
Brian, I'm going to interrupt for a second. We got another question from Jeff. He says, so the twist lock 30 amp L14 can be used on the transfer box for a home backup.
You'll use the 50 amp on the side for transfer switch, for transfer box. So you want the 50 amp to go to your sub panel. You could use the 30 amp out the front to plug things into it, but to make it work more efficiently, you'll use the 50 amp. So remember, when you buy a Walrus, you're going to get 2 50 amp cables. You're going to get 2 50 amp cables, one for the AC input and one for the AC output. Anything you wanted to plug into that 30 amp, that's for you to use as an output. So you don't want to use that one for the box. You want to use the 50 amp output. Yes. All right. So now we got the Anderson cable. This is a DC connection. You're going to plug this into the DC input on the battery pack. You might want to rotate the battery a little bit so people can see. The DC input is where the charger is connected now. So you see with it, yeah, the gray one. So you want to unplug that. You take it out. You can do it. There you go. Rotate the battery this way so it faces the camera, please. So I might have the. Oh yeah. You can do it. I believe in you. There you go. All right. So Anderson cable is going to go in the DC input. The DC input. So plug that in. Oh, that was good.
It's good? Why is it not? Just trying to.
Try again. Bam. All right, so you got DC input, and then we're gonna go connect to the extension pack. So I think we're gonna have to. It says plastic here. We probably want to take this off. It's gonna get hot. You have a box cutter?
Caesar.
So Jeff only has an amp transfer.
Never mind, we're good. That's good. That's good. That's fine.
Thanks for everything, Jeff. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay.
Thanks for your questions. If there's anything else we can help you with, just let us know.
He says he only has a 30 amp transfer. I mean, you can still use it, no?
You could still,
You mean a 30 amp
use
sub-panel?
the unit with a 30 amp.
He can set the output.
So
You can set the output to 30 amps.
Yeah.
So on the display here, Jeff, you're going to be able to program the output. So you don't have to utilize the 50 amp output. You know, it's just the way it's rated up to 50 amps. But you can change the settings to rate it for a 30 amp on the side. It's just this is the one you want to use because this is the one that goes AC in, AC out, versus using the 30 amp on the front. You want to use the one on the side, but you can set it up for 30 amps. Jeff, so again, that's why it's important to ask the questions so that we can help you figure out what to do, and it's important to call in. Not only to get to deal with the technical reps will be able to answer these for you. And then Chuck says, I need a system to charge my truck. What kind of truck? Your pickup truck, your food truck? What kind of truck are you trying to charge? And if you need so, we do have inverters for RVs and trailers. And Nadine is about to connect this extension pack to get us double the battery capacity. So now you got the DC input in. Now we just got to connect it to this battery pack. Do we got to do anything else? All right, so I think you're good to go. You can plug it to the front here.
Truck small. What kind of truck are you driving? And are you talking like EV? Are you talking like your food truck? What are you looking to power? F-150. What do you think, Brian? Can you power F-150 with charge it up with a Walrus?
Well, what is he trying to charge?
He's charging up his F-150.
Like the Ford Lightning? If that's the case, you could use it as an EV charger. I mean, it's not a supercharger, but you can utilize this to top off your Ford Lightning. So yeah, yes, you can.
Paul says, I have the Walrus and have been very happy so far. I use it for emergencies when power is out, plugging it into my 50 amp connection used for my generator.
Yo,
and it's running
what's
and
up,
everything.
Walrus team?
Awesome.
Okay.
Good to hear it, Paul. Thanks for letting us
So we
know.
got the extension cables. Now what, Sardar? What's next? So now what? We can plug it. We can turn this on. So now you can turn this around. Turn around the Walrus, and then turn it on.
Directly connected to the battery. So even when you turn on the system,
Yeah.
it's already the battery is already connected. You can see from here the voltage is dropped because the voltage on the Walrus was lower. It was 77, and
So it
on
matched.
this one it was 78. Right now it's because
So they balanced out. Okay, so the voltage was 78 on the extension pack, 77 over here, and so they balanced themselves. Okay, so now you got double the battery capacity. This is, you know how much? One Walrus is 13 kilowatt hour worth of capacity. 13 kWh. With the second one, it's now, what's the math on that? 26 kilowatt hour. So you got double the battery capacity, meaning if you plug in appliances to this, you're gonna get more, like you can run it for longer now.
Jason wants to know, what is the maximum of PV input that the Walrus can handle?
So you want to be within 90 to 230 volts PV inputs. Okay, if you're trying to do higher solar setups, call in and then they will tell you how to run your solar panels to get the most efficient system out of this, right? But it is 90 to 230 volt PV inputs per Walrus system. So if you got anything larger than that, we recommend 2 or more Walruses to be able to allocate that solar to more battery packs. And then basically, you know, you get more out of your solar, you get more battery packs, and then you get more inverter power for your home. So now that we have 26 kilowatt hour, we should probably try to plug in that AC over it.
Want to plug it into the AC? We can wheel everything over, flip your camera around.
Let's do it.
All right. I'll help move the camera.
Turn it on.
Let's turn it on first. Always a good plan.
See, so now Nadine has full training on how to connect extension packs to a Walrus battery pack. Yeah, pretty easy to install these things. All right, I think it's all right. So you're the guy here for this, so tell me which one to do. We'll roll it. You roll it over. You want to move the camera around, Nick, or
Got it. Yep.
or maybe something's gotta watch this side. I have a 12 400 watt solar panel on the best of days. I can charge the worst in, so, oh, I got it. I have 12 400 watt panels on the best days I can charge the worst in that. There you go. There you go. So thanks, Paul. Thank you for telling us that, because that's exactly what people have been asking about, is that how am I going to do the PV on this? So that's why the live helps, because people can talk about what they've been doing, and
Probably want to point your mic over there as well. Sorry.
Nadine, please roll your Walrus and extension to the AC, please.
All right, so you guys are getting an exclusive look at a different angle of the marketing room here at BatteryEvo, where you can see a TV, an AC unit, and a fire extinguisher. We're ready for everything. We're gonna plug that AC unit into our Walrus with extension right now, show you how you can get some AC going in your house if you were in a power emergency and needed to cool down. Paul, thanks for chiming in. Appreciate your messages in the chat there. Paul says, I also use my dryer connection to charge the Walrus. Nice, nice. Very cool.
Killing the bill right now.
If anybody's enjoying watching this stream right now, if we helped you out with any of your questions, give us a like. Consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. We just passed 800 subscribers earlier today, so we always appreciate getting that extra subscriber. So Brian and Nadine are rolling over the systems to the AC right now. As you can see, it's a smaller unit. It's just for cooling down our room here. We got our marketing room with how many people we got working in here generally. We have about seven of us in here on a daily basis, so we use this AC to cool it down, keep our room nice and cool. And with the Walrus plus extension, we can just plug that right in and it'll be running nice and smooth. We could probably have this thing running for a real long time. Brian, how long do you think we could run that small AC off of this setup?
The load is coming in right now, so we're going to see how much it has. Right now it has a 100 watt load. So at 26 kilowatt hour, it should run you over, what's that? You got to divide 26,000 by 100.
Oh man, I say this all the time. I went to art school. I'm a film major. I'm not the math guy.
Howard.
Alright, here, back below. Good point.
260? So if this stays on this 100 watt load, we'll get 260 hours out of this.
Nice.
So now this is not a central AC, obviously, it's a smaller AC. But, I mean, if you had like a mini split or something like this in your home, you don't have to worry about it. Will it run on your Walrus? It's going to run perfectly fine. And again, it's only got a 100 watt load, so technically if you only had this running in here, you get 260 hours worth of runtime on just the Walrus plus extension. Here, Howard, don't worry. The PV input is on the, yeah, I can use I also use my drive connection to charge the phones. Yeah. Remember, if anybody wants to jump in on this and get a good deal on this, now's your chance to call in. We're showing the AC being plugged into the Walrus with the extension pack. That thing only has a 100 watt draw. So you got 260 hours worth of runtime with an extension pack. Easy, right? Easy peasy. Nadine plugged it all in. It was super easy. So if anybody has a mini split or these kinds of AC units, this is going to be a no problem for a Walrus. So if you have like a small ADU, yeah, if you have a small ADU or just like a home and you don't, like in an emergency, don't use your central AC system in a power emergency because it's gonna have a high draw load.
So Paul says, I ran my home's 3-ton unit where the Walrus and the hot water heater were on and everything else lasted about 12 hours on that charge. Very nice.
Who said that?
This is Paul right here. Paul
hey
Bradley.
Paul, what's up? I know Paul.
Yeah? You the one who sold to Paul?
I think so.
Nice. Paul, if you bought from Jeff, this is Jeff right here.
What's up?
I really need to get the additional batteries, so saving up for that now.
Hey, ask Paul if he wants to give us a review, and I'll give him an Amazon gift card.
Oh, Paul, you hear that?
Right.
Yeah,
$5 Amazon gift card.
Give us a review. How's it? I mean, it seems like you've been really happy with your system, so leave us a review, letting us know all that. And Jeff's gonna send you out an Amazon gift card. You heard him.
Let's go.
How long should we have that AC running right there? Just leave it on the whole time?
Whatever. Yeah, if you want to, you might want to flip your camera back to yourself though soon. You know, 'cause, everybody's missing out on that handsome face.
That's not where I wanted this live to go. Andy, just sit on top of the battery, please. And then count the time that it takes. Count until the battery runs out of battery time. 260 hours.
If anybody's just joining, welcome to the stream. We just hooked up our Walrus and expansion battery over to the AC unit there, so we're cooling down our marketing room here with the Walrus and expansion. And Brian and I are on. We're answering questions about all our products here at BatteryEvo. We've been mostly talking about the Walrus, but you know we also have our golf cart batteries. We have our standalone batteries. So anything you're interested in, ask us, and we will do our best to help you.
You can plug in your laptop plug it into the Walrus. See what happens. It's a pretty wide view right there where you're at. Like it, like the shot is wide.
Paul said, "What's up, Jeff?" Jeff just stepped away. Jeff.
Yes, sir.
Paul says, "What's up?"
What's up? I told you. Paul.
Yeah.
What's up, Paul? Tell him I'll give him a gift card. Write me a cool review. I almost said the A word.
Jeff almost said the A word.
I almost said the A word and the F word.
This is on YouTube, Jeff.
I'm on YouTube Live, almost cursing.
PG.
Oh yeah, PG. PG-13.
No, PG.
It's got to be PG on YouTube.
Can we be PG-13?
I think you can be
I think you can get away with a little bit.
A little bit.
You know, we're a professional. You know, very professional battery company.
That's right, professional battery. Tell him we'll hook him up.
On the extension pack.
Yeah, Paul was saying that he needs to get additional batteries and he's saving up for it.
Let's
so
go.
maybe Paul, you know, we do offer the discounted, like extra discounted rates if you call in during the live stream and mention the stream. So if you want, you can call in and lock in that pricing now, and then pay later when you've got your savings up and you're ready to do it. But you can lock in the lower rate right now if you want to take advantage of that.
Yeah, you just gotta
give Jeff a call.
You just gotta call and be like, hey, you want to go to the Walrus tracks?
Yeah, I got some Walrus tracks.
Let's go Walrus tracks.
I gotta finish up this graph I'm making for Roy.
Yeah. So she plugged it in, she connected the extension pack, and then she connected the AC. It's only got about 120 watt load on it, so we're guessing to get about over 260 hours worth of just that AC. And when her battery runs out, we'll put that into down. It's easy to plug into it. It was pretty easy to plug in.
Paul says, my biggest question that I've had is proper battery storage. I fully charge the device, and if not used within 3 months, fully discharged and recharged. Or he does fully discharge and recharge if not used within 3 months. Is that proper?
So the thing that happens is that what you're thinking about for longevity is your deep cycles. Right, so if it's not consistently being charged or discharged, the battery life, the life expectancy is not strong.
I see. Yeah. So that is the right thing to do, Paul. You do want to regularly charge and discharge.
No. I'm saying he's fine if he doesn't.
Oh, you're fine if you don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're using up the deep cycles is when the life expectancy is being used up, basically. Right. So as you're using it, it's being used up.
He's right. The best way is
to be
one cycle.
Okay, so Walson,
That's right.
Walson is the mastermind behind all our batteries. He just stepped in and corrected us. It is proper for you to charge and discharge it regularly. That'll keep your battery healthy.
Not like 3 months.
Yeah, every 3 months he says is great.
That's great. That's a perfect. But however, if you don't, that will hurt the lifespan. You don't.
So you don't want to not be using it.
Exactly. But when you not to be using it, charge at least to 80%.
Keep it there.
And keep it there.
Got it.
Okay?
Got it.
At least
Awesome.
to 80%.
Cool. So you want to keep that at least to 80%. It's like Paul may have just left. So Paul, thank you for all your questions.
Oh man.
It's a breeze, it's a mission. We got your back, soul, power, never lack. Cool living, on the track. BatteryEvo, the future's back. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari.
I think you can want to know
Giving them life, turn it over, lay it down straight. Julia feels the hype. BatteryEvo, cut like a knife. Watch the carbon footprint shrink. Every charge, make you think. BatteryEvo, the missing link. Eco power, get a blink. Enjoy the movement, feel the beat. Energy revolution can't be beat. BatteryEvo, it's so sweet. Saving money, feel the heat. Battery safari, battery safari, battery safari.
When you guys are just joining, we got the Walrus unit. We have the heat sitting on it now, but we have the Walrus Plus extension pack running the AC above her. It's only got about 120 watt load coming from that kind of AC. So with that, with the battery capacity you have here, you gotta have about 260 hour worth of runtime for that type of AC. So in case of a power emergency, you could have this kind of AC in your home with some refrigerators running and a couple of lights. You get plenty of power in case of a power outage. Okay? If you are grid tied and you run into a problem where you cannot get more power into your battery pack, remember you can go off-grid DC solar, or you can plug in a gas or diesel generator to the battery pack so you can get extra charge into it in case you're in a true emergency and have no way of getting grid power into this battery pack. You're gonna get an extra couple $100 if you call in. If you call in and they're gonna scrape off an extra couple $100, but you have to call in during the YouTube live. It's the only way that it's gonna work. If you call in after the YouTube live, I can't approve anything.
If anybody's just joining the stream, welcome aboard. We hooked up our Walrus and extension battery to our AC here in the marketing department, and we've been answering all your questions. Any questions that people have about our battery systems like the Walrus Arctic, Atlantic, our golf cart batteries, just let us know. We're here to answer your questions. If anybody's in who we helped out, if we had a helpful answer for you, you've been enjoying listening to us while you're going about your day, please give us a like, give us a subscribe. Always helps us grow our YouTube channel, so we appreciate that. Paul, Paul says he has his unit connected to the internet and has not received any updates for the firmware. Sardar, have we done any firmware updates recently that he's missing? Have we done firmware updates for the Walrus anytime recently? No. Yeah, so Paul, we haven't done any recent firmware updates. The current firmware on your system should be still the most recent one and good to go. So if you hear this music in the background, this is musical selections from our Walrus album, which will be, do we have anything on Spotify yet, or is that?
No, we'll be working on it.
So in the near future, you'll be able to listen to these tracks on Spotify. It's in the pipeline. If you like it, let us know. If you hate it, let us know. As long as you're letting us know, that's good.
As long as you let us know.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, YouTube?
This is like an electric generator, so you can plug anything right in your car. It does not need to be tied up to your grid to use it. Plug anything into this with not a fork. If you put a fork in there, is it like the same thing like the wall? Like you only put a fork in the outlet and it shocks you? You don't do that, right?
We do not recommend putting a fork into your. Do not ever put a fork into the outlet on your Walrus. I don't know why Brian would even bring that up.
You just want to try it.
Well, you know what I'm talking about. Like they tell you, I was wondering. So if you have kids, put the baby little stopper in.
We got 10 viewers in the stream right now. If you're new to the stream, welcome. Glad to have you in. Brian and I have been answering questions about all of our systems here. And you see on Brian's camera, Nadine and him, they set up the Walrus and expansion battery to our AC here in the marketing room. They also, we've got Nadine's computer plugged in, a few other devices plugged in, just demonstrating, you can run pretty much anything off this Walrus like all day long. Von Cougar says Brian's statements are not necessarily those of management. Viewer discretion is advised. Welcome back, Von. We remember you from yesterday.
I do apologize for bringing up the fork.
Brian has to issue an emergency apology.
I didn't think about it before I said it. It was more curiosity than anything.
working on our TikTok shop, by the way, right now. I'll let you know if it goes through.
Yeah, if anybody wants to talk about any golf cart batteries, remember we do have
36,
lithium
48.
golf cart battery, 36 volt, 48 volt, and 72 volt batteries for your golf carts or utility carts. If you call in now, remember if you need more battery packs, if you bundle them up, you're going to save more money. So it's super, super important that if you're trying to get batteries, to bundle them up. We were talking about the Vaughn's back and he's talking about the ice shaving machine. We just were trying to calculate the numbers earlier.
Yeah, Vaughn, you missed it. We were talking about making snow cones earlier, picking up where we left off yesterday, and we had some differing numbers. Okay, so according to our engineer here in the room, you could make 25,000 snow cones on one fully charged walrus before it depletes. So I'm gonna go with that number because that was the higher number. So 25,000 snow cones you could make on a single walrus.
We also have Sardar currently looking for an ice shaving machine. We're trying to get one in here so we can plug it in and figure out exactly how many what do you call them, ice cones?
Yeah, I mean, if there's a demand for it, we will do a snow cone stream where we just are making snow cone after snow cone on live to show you just how many snow cones you can make with the walrus. It's only fitting, you know, the walrus is a Arctic dwelling animal. Snow cones are snowy and cold, so it's a match made in heaven.
We said, like, well, how much did we say? Based on how much a shaved ice machine pulls? How much? 60 hours?
Yeah, 60 hours it
If
said.
it was running non-stop. You know, that's running non-stop. You know, so obviously if you're not running it, it's not pulling as much power.
Vaughn, if you do end up making a snow cone or shaved ice business, we want to know every step along the way and how that goes. Wow, so at $5 a cone, we're talking serious cash. Yes, I mean, if say you make 20,000 snow cones, you don't even make the full 25. You make 20,000 snow cones and sell them for $5 a piece. That's $100,000, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and the walrus, what are we running the walrus right now?
We got 26 kilowatt hours out.
Yes, we got 26 kilowatt hours going off of it right now. So yeah, I mean, you'd be set.
On one charge, you make all your money back on once.
The walrus system costs you less than $10,000. You make $100,000 off your snow cones. That's a wise business investment. Evo Electric Blue, or how about some lithium lemon lime? I like that. I like lithium lemon. Yeah, that's good. Electric Blue.
130.
That's good.
26,000 lost divided by 130.
Walrus watermelon. Do some walrus watermelon snow cones.
2,000? No, 26,000 divided by 130. 200? We're gonna get 200 on the current load with the AC and laptop. We have 200 hours worth of runtime on a walrus with extension pack. That's 26 kilowatt hours. Remember, the Atlantic starts at 30 kilowatt hours. And then you can always get an expansion pack on the Walrus Atlantic. You continue to double up to 8 batteries. So you can easily get a whole operating system set up when you just continue to wire these up. So if you wanted to get more power out of this, you just wire up another cable to another battery and just continue to basically daisy chain it all the way down. And then when you know, if you plug in 8 of these, what's 13 times 8? 104? That was fast. 104 kilowatt hour if you plug all 8 of these. You know, do the math on that if you had.
It's a lot of kilowatt hours.
Yeah,
That's basically unlimited snow cones.
that's unlimited snow cones or in a power emergency.
More snow cones
And you got
than
multiple days.
anyone will probably eat in their entire lives. I think that's more snow cones. I mean, just the 25,000 snow cones is way more than this entire office. Everybody who works in this entire building, there's probably over 100 people who work here. All of us combined will never eat 25,000 snow cones. Are there any safety concerns with the walrus? LOL wants to know.
Safety concerns, well, I mean, the battery has built-in BMS and it's got built-in fire extinguisher, and so the BMS is built in there to protect the battery. If anything's going on, it shuts down the battery, so the energy's not being pulled in or out. It's got a 50 amp breaker on the side, so if power's coming into it, you can shut that down, no power will answer it. Again, you got built-in fire extinguisher, you got a BMS in there, and then you got emergency 50 amp breaker on there. So all those things together combined are basically the safety mechanisms, but everything is tested here at the facility for surge loads, and then we have a pretty high operating temperature load. So if you're in a hot area or a cold area, the battery should work pretty well in that. Again, if you're just joining and you want to get one of these battery packs, this is your chance to call in and get a deal.
Yeah, like Brian said, during these live streams, we offer exclusive extra discounts to anybody who calls in from the live. So if you've been listening and you're interested in anything we talked about today, and you might want to make a purchase or lock in good pricing, give our sales team a call with the number up on top, and they'll give you an extra discount, better than anything you'll find online.
Yeah, maybe you want to just keep plugging things into that until you run out of outlets. You also have, so once you run out of the 110 volt outlets, you can plug this one in on the 220 volts. You got more outlets. See whatever you can find around the house. You got the air purifiers. This one's a twist lock, so you can put it in and you can turn it a little bit to the right to twist it. Yeah, first one in. Match up the ports. See how it's kind of like shaking. Turn it all the way in. Turn it a little bit to the right. A little bit. That's it. That's locked in. So now you got the 220 volts connected. And then that's got another 220 volts connection, and then you got more outlets. So you can just try to find things and plug these into this thing. Fine, we got these AC purifiers, we got that fan over there. Whatever you find. Charger, yeah, there you go. We got phone chargers. Yeah, phone chargers can be way too small. You gotta find bigger appliances. Alright, just find whatever you can get. Yeah, I would say grab these air purifiers. Maybe that shredder over there. Plug as many as you can. And he's going to try to use up all the outlets on the front of this, and then we also connected the 220 volt extension on this, so she can just continue to plug as many things as we can, and just see if we can get the wattage, the power load to increase, so we can calculate the amount of runtime we're going to have on the Walrus Plus extension. This Walrus Plus extension is a pretty good deal, dude. It's actually probably one of the best deals.
I got a guy calling on the street.
Yeah, what's up though? Yeah, that's good. Lock it in.
Remember, deal of the day, Jesse. If anyone calls in for 60 kilowatt hours worth of battery, that's deal of the day. You have to give them the absolute best deal. You got it. 60 kilowatt hours.
We were just talking to Jesse. If you've ever called in for customer support, you probably talked to Jesse. He just let me know that somebody called in. I'm guessing Paul. And we are locking in that special pricing right now for you, Paul. So if you're still listening, we're going to lock in that price for you.
Vaughn wants merch.
Merch. Vaughn, have you seen our animations? We might make some merch with the little cartoons. You know, the little walrus cartoons. I'm the one who draws those. So if you want to see that on a T-shirt or on a sticker, let me know. I would be very happy to put my cartoons on one.
Chris went on vacation. He's our graphic guy, and so he could have designed shirts for us. So Vaughn, I apologize. When Chris sees this live later, I want him to feel guilty for going on vacation and not getting us merch.
Yeah, as you can see, Brian loves gaslighting.
Okay, you got pretty good. Okay, what's our song?
I'm gonna get you canceled, Brian.
They can't see because the camera's like kind of low.
If anybody's just joining the stream, welcome. I see we actually just got a big spike in new viewers, so welcome to the stream. Brian and I are here to answer your questions about the batteries. As you can see, Brian and Nadine just hooked up a Walrus and expansion battery, and they've connected it to our AC, connected it to Nadine's laptop, a whole bunch of devices here. Again, welcome to the stream. If you have any questions, let us know. And we are offering exclusive discounts for people who are on the stream. So if you call in to order something, mention the live stream, and you'll get an extra discount.
1,000 watts divided by 1,400 watts.
Vaughn Cougar says I've dealt with Jesse on customer service, and he rocks. Very professional, very personal. Thanks for letting. We will let Jesse know that you said that. He'll appreciate that. He works hard.
18 hours? 18 and a half hours runtime with the current load that we have here. This is pulling.
If you're new to the stream, make sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe. We always appreciate that. It helps us grow our channel.
Like 21. 18 what? 18.5. So 18 and a half hours on a 1,400 watt load on an extension pack. So remember, in a power emergency, you're trying to figure out how long you're going to be able to get your battery capacity to last you, especially if you're going to go a couple of days. So remember, in a power emergency, you're obviously not going to plug everything in, right? You want to conserve your battery's power. Right now, we just plugged everything in just to prove a point. But you know, if you have an AC running, if you want your refrigerator running, that's for sure. But I mean, a couple of lights, a refrigerator, and I don't know, maybe one TV or two. That's not going to be a 1,400 watt load. And then remember, it's continuous load. So as soon as I start unplugging stuff, the power load is going to decrease, and it's going to get you more runtime. Okay, so right now, I mean, at the current load, if you're running all these appliances, you would still get over 18 hours worth of runtime. Okay, and then remember, you still want more power, you just get another extension pack, or get a bigger battery pack like the Walrus Atlantic and extension pack. So again, deal of the day is 60 kilowatt hour. If anybody calls in and needs 60 kilowatt hour or more worth of battery capacity, call in. That's the deal of the day. So everybody can get a deal for calling in during the YouTube live. The deal of the day, the best deal. Want to blast the Walrus tracks?
Of course I do.
Okay, it gets too quiet here. So if anybody doesn't ask any questions, we're going to bump the Walrus track. Okay, so ask a question, and he's going to sit on that battery pack. I don't know. I don't know.
If anybody orders in the next 10 minutes, Brian is going to do a backflip on
Now you
stream.
can't switch it to me. I can't do backflips. Tommy's doing the backflips. If anybody calls in within 10 minutes, Tommy will do a backflip on live, or at least attempt.
We've already had him waive his worker comp, so if he gets hurt doing the backflip, we don't owe him a dime.
If he gets hurt, I'm going to be more concerned as to why you couldn't do the backflip. You should have been practicing.
I mean, he knows the demand is there. The world wants to see a backflip on a BatteryEvo
So
stream.
if anybody buys a Walrus and then they basically put I just got one, and we can verify that you did, Tommy will attempt to do a backflip on live. He is fully committed to attempting this.
He can't wait to do it.
So those are, what do they call, Easter eggs? So the Easter eggs is Tommy doing a backflip. If you call in and ask for Jeff's 100-meter dash time,
Yeah.
that's another Easter egg. We will give you an absolute deal for that. If you call in for needing 60 kilowatt hour or more worth of battery capacity, that's another Easter egg. That's deal of the day. And then if anybody can convince Nick to what's a better state than California, and you have Nick move there, that's the ultimate Easter egg.
I have a lot of, a lot of my video and film work. I'd have to sacrifice all that to move to your state if I leave California to get out of Los Angeles. So your state better be really good.
You gotta have a good state to make Nick move. So who's got the best state for off-grid living? Can't wait for Nick to get out of here, dude. Somebody put a good state. So Arizona, fully off-grid. Connecticut's very expensive, number 2 most expensive state in terms of electricity costs. They were trying to convince you to go to Ohio and Pennsylvania.
Yesterday they were working to convince me on Ohio and Pennsylvania. I almost came around, but here I am still in California when I woke up this morning.
You woke up, you're still in California. So somebody please let us know what is the best. You might need to check the insurance policy if you're doing backflips in the office. That's the thing, Vaughn. If you call in, we're gonna have to just, I don't know. We're just, Tommy's a good sport. He won't tell. You know what I mean? He'll be fine. Tommy's young. He's still got his whole life ahead of him. He can sacrifice a classical. Right?
He wants to.
Tommy wants to do that. So remember, Easter eggs here. If you call in within the next 10 minutes and then let us know that you bought a walrus, Tommy will attempt. Tommy, I'm really saying this, and I don't know if you can actually try this. Do you even know the correct motion?
That's the spirit.
As long as you can make you do anything. Alright, so a couple of Easter eggs. If you're joining the live, some people have jumped in here multiple times already, so thank you for that. Remember, the Easter eggs are Tommy doing a backflip if you buy and tell us that you just bought. Call in and ask for Jeff's 100-yard dash time. If somebody can call in, figure out what Jeff's 100-yard dash time is, and then put it in the chat. You can't lie though, because Jeff's right here next door, so I'll ask him. That's another Easter egg. We're gonna hook you up for that.
Interested in an emergency system
Deal
price
of the day.
availability.
Deal of the day is 60 kilowatt hour or more. If you're doing an emergency system, price and availability is right here. We'll ship it out today. Well, maybe tomorrow morning. It's getting a little late for filming tomorrow. Yes, the medical device oxygen. Yeah, that's exactly why we were trying to get these power units to Texas as quick as possible. Because medical devices like the oxygen machines that cannot be turned off, you need backup power for this, right? But yes, DR Davenport, the deal of the day is 60 kilowatt hour battery capacity or more. That is basically a Walrus Atlantic with an extension pack. Walrus Atlantic with a Calm. That's the absolute best deal. So everything's already discounted for Prime Day deals. But during the YouTube Live, we offer additional discounts, so you can always scrape off an extra $100 off the top of that. But 60 kilowatt hour battery capacity is deal of the day. So if you call in needing that, I'm going to have the guys approve a very, very aggressive discount for you. So just call in and say, hey, I just watched the live, I need deal of the day. If you don't need that much battery capacity, that's okay. But just anyways, come in and call in and you're just going to get better pricing anyways, right? And the YouTube Live will probably go on for another 30 to 45 minutes. We started earlier today, so people have a bigger gap time to try to take advantage of the deals. So call in, DR Davenport, and let us know what are you trying to power, how are you trying to power it. Is it an emergency system for your home? Is it for some type of commercial building? Look, Byram was trying to convince you to go to Kansas City.
Or El Byram. El Byram says come to Kansas City.
You're from Kansas City. Do you know Jungle Law?
Oh yeah, have you heard of Jungle Law? If you're in Kansas City, you might have seen a Jungle Law billboard.
You might have seen a Jungle Law billboard or commercial. It usually comes on in the Kansas City Chiefs. Let me know. That's a new Easter egg right there.
Yeah, El Byram.
If you've seen Jungle Law, let me know.
If you've seen Jungle Law, we would love to know.
Yes, let us know. I need to screenshot this.
We are friends. We are friends of Jungle Law here in the marketing department.
So Byron, let me know if you know who Jungle Law is in Kansas City. Elon just left. He's pretty, yeah. So, and then he's trying to tell you to go to Kansas City. He said, I have seen that, never had to use it. Dude!
Nice.
Oh, that's cool.
Wow, that's cool.
Screenshot this.
That's cool. Yeah, we got. I'll screenshot that and send it to
All right,
Tristan.
cool. So we're out of Cali. It's just that's a new Easter egg. That's a new Easter egg right there. I've worked with Jungle Long past. You know, we created some creative
Yeah, we've
stuff for them.
done a little creative
A little bit of
work
stuff, not everything.
for Jungle
Some of the
Law.
stuff you've seen there, we might not have worked on it, but I just thought it was funny just because we were out of Kansas City. But yeah, are you looking to get a power unit for your home? What is the cost of electricity in Kansas City? We're trying to convince Nick to leave. I just need him to go.
Brian wants
He
peace
is
and
sick of
quiet.
California. He is sick of California. He is ready. He is ready to go to a new state. What is the depth of discharge of your batteries? So Brett Evans, these are deep cycle batteries, so you can technically get these to 0 and back to 100. But to create the most efficient system, you want to be between 20 and 80. If you're using solar, you don't really got to worry about it. It will just replenish whenever the sun comes back out. If you're going grid tied, no solar, with time of use settings, same thing. As soon as you have your time setting set up to charge, it'll just charge back up to 80 to 100 top off, and then you just continue to discharge. Again, and also the battery packs do have bypass mode, meaning as you have your grid or your solar connected, the main power can still power your home, and then during power emergencies, it switches on. Brett and Byram, what are you looking to power? What, I mean, obviously maybe a home, but I mean, if it's something different, Valley Girl 80s Lover, we just hand up. I mean, I don't know, did we just ignore that?
How's it going, Valley Girl 80s Lover? If you got a question, let us know.
Is Valley Girl like literally like San Fernando Valley?
Yeah, are you here in the valley with us?
San Fernando, because it could be a valley anywhere.
Well, we're in the valley.
We're in the valley.
You're a the? Or a the? I think I use them both kind of interchangeably.
Valley?
Yeah, the valley.
I'm the valley.
Yeah.
I'm not from art school. I'm always kind of fancy. Okay?
Yeah, that's what they taught
I'm an
me at my
engineer, so I
at my
like
liberal
these
arts
things
college.
proper.
They taught me to say the instead of the.
Me and Tommy are engineers, so we like math and proper statements. Nick is the creative director, so he likes fancy stuff. But again, if anybody can convince Nick to get out of here, I am just crossing my fingers.
Brian wants me gone so bad. He wants to take the creative director position right away from me. He wants to do it. He wants to do both. Still in the market for something to off-grid with my RV.
Okay, so the wallers can be used in an RV if it's too big. If it's too big for your RV, we do have RV batteries in 12 volt and 24 volt, and then we have small inverters that you can use. People are using the walrus. You can lay it down on its side and put it in a compartment if you needed to. It's got plenty of power for an RV. I think a couple of lives somebody called in about the RV and actually ended up buying this to hook it up.
Yeah.
The way that you charge your RV with those 50 amp ports is the same way you can charge this battery pack, the Walrus. So if you were to go to one of those RV yards to get power, you could plug this right into that same power station, that NEMA port that they got there, and then you can get charged into the battery pack. And then it's got 13 kilowatt hour, so that would work. And then Brett says he's got the Simplify 48 volt. That's an inverter, right, Sardar? Simplify? I said Simplify, gosh. I just talked about saying that I wanted proper words and I couldn't even pronounce that. Yeah, so we got 48 volt batteries, Brett. If you don't want to get an all-in-one system, you can get a 48 volt system. The 48 volt Rhino and the 48 volt Calm are the most popular ones. There's a really good deal on the cart kits right now. You can get like 60 kilowatt hour using 3 cart kits. No, actually 2 cart kits. And then we have the Calm 30, which starts at 30 kilowatt hour. Get 2 of those, get you 60. And remember, 60 kilowatt hour is the deal of the day. If you don't need that many, it's okay. But deal of the day is at 60 kilowatt hour. Planning on 24 volts, 48 volt system, still in the planning stage. Okay, that's cool, Byron. If you still need help, like trying to get more technical help on that wiring, call in. We got the technical reps. And then just mention the YouTube Live. You might not buy today, but you can lock in YouTube Live pricing just because you called in during the live. And then they'll help you out. I mean, they're constantly talking to people with RVs, food trucks, and all that. 24 volt system. We got the 48 volt Eagles, and then we got the small inverter that can connect, or you can just go fully Walrus on this. You have a great hybrid inverter, solar and grid backup only. Is this technically what's a hybrid inverter, Sridhar? I've heard this before, but I don't really know how to explain that. Sridhar? Hybrid inverter. Valley Girl in SFV 818. That's sick. Okay, so we are in Chatsworth, California. Thanks for just like, if you're looking to do anything with power, you can come here and we can show you the units. We can show you how to install them.
Thanks for joining us today.
You have a great hybrid inverter. So this inverter here, it's got bypass mode. So, and then you can go solar and grid as backup only. So yeah, you can go solar off grid, solar grid tied, AC grid tied. You can run grid and solar. Yeah, you can. You can use grid and solar. Yeah. So on the front of the display, you won't be able to see because the camera's not close enough. But on the front of the display, it actually tells you what power draw you're using.
We got a golf cart question.
All right.
First golf cart question.
So on the display here, it'll show you either a picture of your solar panels, which means you're using your solar, or it'll show you a picture of like the grid post, which means you're doing AC grid tied. If you're doing solar grid tied, it's going to show the AC grid tied. If you're doing solar off grid, it's going to show you the solar. Okay? So that'll show it to you on the front, so you can go both. If you're using DC solar off grid, I mean, I don't really see a reason to use your AC grid tied. But if you just need it for extra power, like whenever there's no sun out, or like a storm or whatever, whether like for whatever reason you can't get sun, solar, you can, you can do both.
Brad will answer your question in just a second.
Or solar. And then it's got bypass mode. So if that solar's coming in, you don't have to worry about depleting your battery.
Brad wants to know how many hours can a lifted cart.
Hood from the woods, if you want to buy the Walrus, call in right now. I know you're saying tomorrow or Monday, but call in right now and mention the YouTube Live. So you can take advantage of YouTube Live pricing. We're probably going to go live tomorrow, but I mean, for whatever reason, if we can't, for technical reasons, you know, just lock in your YouTube Live pricing.
Yeah, Brian's right. We do offer the special discounts during the live. So if you lock in a pricing now with one of our sales reps while we're live, you can get that special price tomorrow or Monday.
You could definitely get 4, but Honey Badgers, we don't have that product anymore. So we have the Badger. We have the Badger and we have the 48-volt Eagle. How many hours can a lifted cart? In terms of lifted cart, I'm not sure if that changes anything. Last on a fully charged 48 volts Honey Badger. So it's not really the hours, you're more going about range, right? So if you get 4 Badgers, what's your estimated range on 4 Badgers? What's the kilowatt hour?
For Eagle or 4 Badger?
4 Badger. Well, he asked about Honey Badger, but I mean, we don't have Honey Badger anymore. That was an older system. Now we have a Badger and 48 volt Eagle.
From Hood to the Woods. Glad to hear you're excited about it, though. When you get your system, send us pictures. We love seeing pictures of how people hook them up.
4 Badger is 8.4 kilowatt hours.
Okay, so for 4 Badgers, you're going to get 8.4 kilowatt hours. And the way we run the numbers is basically like for every, I mean, it's going to depend on road conditions and how you're driving your car, obviously, but you can estimate about 10-mile range per kilowatt hour, about, give or take, right? So at 8, I mean, give or take, I mean, you could be between 60 and 80, depending again on road conditions, how you're driving your car, and how you're keeping the efficiency of the batteries. It's always about the efficiency of the batteries. I always like to relate the batteries like to your gas car. If you have a full tank of gas and you floor it, the gas tank is going to deplete quicker. Okay? So it's all about keeping an efficient system. So if you're keeping your batteries charged between 20 and 80%, you know, you're not driving too fast, it's not too heavy, and you're not going on up and down hills, right? That's going to create the most efficient system. But yeah, 4 Badgers, you can easily plug those in, and 4 Badgers is actually one of the best deals right now because again, we're doing buy more, save more, meaning when you bundle up the batteries, the prices get discounted over time. There's also prime deals on top of that, and then you can call in because of the YouTube Live pricing and get an additional discount. So 4X cart kit is going to be a good discount. You're going to get prime deal, and you're going to get YouTube Live discounts, Brad. So if you want a 4X cart kit, I would say call in right now before my reps have to leave. From the hood, completely off grid. All right, so you're going solar. That's good. So how are you powering your place now if you're going off grid? And what's the current setup for your power grid? Heto or Hito 2005. The internal parts can be changed out pretty easy. You don't really need too much technical knowledge because you just call in and be like, hey, something's going on with my battery, if something were to fail, and then they'll troubleshoot it for you and they'll send you the parts you need. Literally, I mean, I wish I had an open one up here. But the parts is just a couple screws, right? So if you can switch out a couple of screws in your home, like some outlets, you can do the same thing on this. Everything was designed to be able to pull them out really quickly. You just need a screwdriver. Everything is basically just a Phillips head. And then maybe a little bit of wiring, but it's just like a couple of plugs. You're not going to solder anything, nothing like that. Need 2 batteries, 48 volt system for golf cart with conversion kit. Charge, okay, so you got 48, so you got Badger, and then you got 48 volt Eagle. The Badger is probably better priced. 2 batteries. I would recommend at least 3 batteries. If you're going to do 2 batteries, I would get the 48 volt Eagle, right? Because the 48 volt Eagle is a little bit more efficient. But I would recommend minimum 3. You want 3 batteries to get an efficient system for your battery kit. They are drop-in solutions, so it's already a conversion kit. The moment you get them, you can basically wire it back up to your battery. You want to play? Can you switch the video and play one of the golf cart when I'm playing into the bus bar?
Yep.
So the golf carts, when you get a kit, it already comes with the charger, the batteries that you need, the voltmeter, and the bus bar. So you use the bus bar to wire the 2 batteries together in parallel, and then you basically use the terminal ports to wire it back up to your golf cart, and then boom, there you go, drop-in solution. So every battery is already a conversion kit. But again, I would recommend 3 batteries, Jeff. It's going to get you the most efficiency. 2 batteries works if you have a small golf cart, like a 2-seater, but again, 3 batteries is going to be the key, and you're also going to save more by getting 3 batteries anyway, because you bundled up more of them. If you want to get something like this, Jeff, call in and let them know I just saw the YouTube Live, and then because of that, they're going to get you YouTube Live pricing. So it's going to be discounted because of Prime Day, and then discounted because you're bundling. Oh, it's got only 5 miles at most. It's from my parents. Okay, I mean, I guess you could get away with it with the 2. It's just, what is there between 20 volt for Hawk and Eagle? So if it's not too many miles, I guess it'd be okay, but again, it just creates a more efficient system when you get 3, because what happens is when you're kickstarting that golf cart, it wants to basically discharge very quickly. That's more what it is, like basically turning it on, and the kickstart requires power, so that's why we recommend 3. Again, you could use 2, it is possible, but it's all about creating an efficient system. Again, if it's not too heavy, just a 2-seater, you could probably get away with it, but again, I recommend 3. We usually always recommend 3 or more. But yeah, you can try to go ahead and do 2, or and just get maybe the Eagles. Probably the Eagles, probably a little more efficient. What is the difference between 24 volt Hawk versus the Eagle? The differences between them is going to be the kilowatt hour capacity. So the Hawk is a little bit bigger battery, so it's got more kWh, more battery capacity. So if you're looking to get more battery capacity, you can get a Hawk. The Eagles are a pretty popular battery. Besides that, there's not much more difference. The warranties are the same. The BMS systems are pretty much the same. It's just more battery capacity because it's a bigger battery. So if you parallel Hawks, you're going to get more battery capacity out of it. But remember, anybody who, we can continue to answer your questions, but the best way to help you is to call that number and get a discount. That's what this live is for. But thank you for the questions, and I'm glad we're talking about other things besides the walrus.
If you've been on the stream for a little bit, you've been having a good time in here, if we answered any of your questions, you found it helpful, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're posting all kinds of content all the time. We got how-tos, we got memes, everything you want, we got it.
If anybody's been here, like coming back, what are the Easter eggs? We've been implanting Easter eggs all around this live. We got a couple of them. I mean, if anybody's trying to get a good deal, you got to figure out the Easter eggs. Call in, and that's going to get you the best deal. Remember, deal of the day, if you're just joining, is 60 kilowatt hours. So if you want the absolute best deal, it's 60 kilowatt hour. That is the deal of the day. We'll probably switch it out. Yesterday, we also did 60 kilowatt hour for deal of the day, and then right before we logged off, remember that, who was that? I forgot the person's name. But he called in literally right then, he's like, I need 60 kilowatt hour.
Yeah, we had somebody right at the very end come in.
Yeah. So if you're
Needed
jumping in at
exactly
the
what we
end,
were talking about.
just call in. Honestly, just call in and be like, oh, play the walrus tracks too.
Got you.
Jeff Comfort, please call in and get your batteries. We can hook you up. If you want to use 2, you can. They're gonna probably recommend you 3, but just call in. They're gonna hook you up.
Yeah, we got that number at the top of the screen pinned in the chat. Right now, while we're live, and we're only gonna be live for like maybe another 30 more minutes tops. While we're live is when they can offer the extra discounts on top of everything else. So we got Prime Week going, we got our online discounts going, but if you call in now while we're live, you can get an extra discount on top of that. So if you want to get those batteries for your cart, now's a good time.
Yeah, and then let us know what you're trying to power. Let us know what the electricity costs are in your state. Remember, we're trying to get Nick out of here as fast as possible, as quickly as we can. So if you can convince Nick what is the best state for him to move to.
Is your state better than California?
Is your state better than California? I already have his bags here. I'm packing them as we speak. I need a Nick out of here as fast as possible. But you gotta tell us what's the best state to move to, right? He needs to go off grid. He needs, what else did you need? You need to go off grid. He needs good internet connection because he's a creative director, so he needs to work on his computer. Low cost of living. Fishing.
Can I run my AC with solar charging from my Walrus unit safely?
Yeah, you can do
Yes,
that
you
pretty
can.
easy. Can I run my AC with the solar charging my Walrus unit? Yeah. So right now that AC right above Nadine is running the AC. That's a little AC. That's a small AC. But
Yeah, but you can run a full size AC
Yeah.
unit for your house. Let us know how big your house is.
yeah, how big
Determine
is
how
your
much
house and
power
how
you
big is your
need.
AC?
But you
Right?
can definitely run your AC safely off the Walrus with solar charge.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, so it's pretty safe. The battery has built-in BMS, so if it gets too high of a surge load worth of electricity, it will shut itself down to basically protect the battery. That's like an extreme surge of electricity. Otherwise, an AC unit works fine. If you're connected to the grid, you should be able to run a pretty big AC. When you're off grid, like let's say the power cuts out, or you don't have solar, it's recommended you use a smaller AC just to get more efficiency out of this, but let us know what is the size of your AC. Is it a 2-ton AC, 3-ton AC? What is the size of your AC? Mini splits and like those wall units that we have above Nadine, those run no problem. But your central AC could run based on if, with your sub panel, draw the power out of the battery pack, run your AC, and then if you have a very big AC, you can use a soft starter to basically lower that power load coming into the power units. One, you protect the battery, and then 2, you can run your AC more efficiently. From the hood to the woods. So I think this, from the hood to the woods, does that mean he moved to the woods? This person could probably convince you to move.
I mean, convince me. Where are you? where are you, hood to the woods? What state are you in? Is it better than
Where
California?
do you move from, and where in the woods are you living? If it's just a user handle, that's okay too. I'm not gonna.
As you can see, Brian really wants to get rid of me.
Huh? Yeah, where did you move to? Yeah, so Aaron on this side. Remember, we can continue to answer your questions, but before the live chat ends, call in. Just call in and lock in your YouTube live pricing. We just need you to call in, and then, yeah, if you want to see Nadine plug more stuff, I mean, right now we have, what do we have plugged in, Nadine? We have a air purifier. Okay, so we got a laptop charging, we got a purifier charging, we got an AC plugged in, we have a fan plugged in, we have an extension pack plugged in, we got a shredder.
Can we shred something?
Shred something and see what if the load changes. Can we shred something? Find a paper to shred. This guy's gonna shred his hours, so he's not gonna get paid this week.
There it is. Where else on the
So
internet?
it went up during that one, it went up 200 watt, and now it's going to drop back to 14. So that's kind of, so now it's back to 1400. So
Yeah,
that's
so you can
basically
see it.
like, if you're running a microwave, that's what will happen. It'll kick up for a little bit, go back down, right? Like a microwave, a coffee maker, something that will trigger on for a couple of seconds and then turn off. It'll kick up the load. So remember, in power emergencies, it's all about efficiency. How are you going to know what's my power draw? It's going to tell you right on the front. Right? So if you're in an emergency, you can be gauging it, you know? And then if you have the sub panel installed, you can always use the breakers on the sub panel to basically unlock power in a garage or wherever you don't want it to get more efficiency out of this. Tommy just shredded his hours for the week, so I don't know what you can do about your patient.
Where else on the internet are you going to get live shredding? Live paper shredding
Live
on
paper
YouTube.
shredding, yeah.
If that paper shredding was exciting, if that got you hyped, give us a like. Like this stream. We'll shred something else.
And remember,
Yeah.
let us know. Yeah, we'll continue to shred Tommy's hours.
We'll shred Tommy's employment contract. Unless he does a backflip.
You can only save yourself in the back. So let us know what state you're living in, what city and state. We can figure out what your utility company is charging you for your home, and then we can basically tell you how much you can save if you use one of these walrus units. We got deal of the day, we got the Easter eggs, and then we got what else we got? We got free shipping.
We do have free shipping.
Prime Day deals, and then YouTube Live pricing. So if you call in because of the YouTube Live, they're going to hook you up, okay? And then if you have any questions, I mean, if you just scroll up in the chat, you'll see we were talking about different things. We've already talked about charging this for a Ford Lightning. We've talked about shaving, ice shaving cones.
Yep.
Emergency systems, golf cart setups. So it all depends on what you're trying to power. Just let us know what you're trying to power, and we'll help you out. We'll figure out something, and then call in to help you figure out what's the recommended thing, and we will get that for you.
We are no stranger here at BatteryEvo to doing custom builds either. Like if you have very specific needs that you don't think will be exactly what you're looking for with any of the products that we have on our website, you can give us a call. Our tech team has worked with people in the past to build custom units and custom SKUs just for their needs. So if you're a commercial business running something industrial and you need some extra power that's very specific to you, let us know. We got your back. If you're just joining, we've been answering questions about pretty much everything BatteryEvo. Keep it coming in the chat and we'll respond. In the meantime, we just got some walrus music playing in the background.
Let's go, BatteryEvo. Walrus, BatteryEvo. Lowest prices on the market.
How-to plumbing from the very beginning. Are you still here? You said you were listening in and out at work. You've been with us this whole time? We've been live for like 3 hours now. If you're still with us, we want to know.
With wars by your side, you're never alone. Eco-friendly power in every zone. Save the planet, save some cash. Switch to BatteryEvo, it's built to last. No more worries, no more fears. Now this is the hero, bringing cheers. Reliable, efficient.
Just saw somebody liked our stream. Thanks for giving us a like. Appreciate that.
If you're watching this and you need something exciting to go off, let us know in the chat. Remember, we are live right here, so we have the walrus unit there. You could just...
Irfan wants to know, how does our inverter compare to Solar Edge?
Solar Edge? I think that's like a solar inverter box, right?
Yeah.
So that just controls your solar, right? Solar Edge is just a solar inverter box? Solar Edge? It's a solar inverter box, right? I think that Solar Edge is just a solar inverter box. I could be wrong, I'm not sure, but I think it's correct. Basically what that does, it just regulates the solar coming into your main electrical panel. So the way that it works is that we have the only one unit, the one you see on screen, is the inverter attached to the battery. So that inverter basically lets you go grid tied or off grid, and then it basically moves the power between the battery pack in your home, or the battery pack in your grid, or the battery pack in your solar. We do have wall mount inverters that you can hook up to 48 volt systems. So in terms of how do they compare, I mean, do you want to pull a Solar Edge thing on your screen and see like what the specs on that are?
Let me see.
The inverter you see on the Walrus is a 12K inverter. It's got all the plug and play options on it, so that you can basically plug it into your home pretty easy. If you already got the Solar Edge, you could probably call in and see what kind of battery backups work with that. If not, you could just continue to you can get a Walrus and still just go grid tied. And then, you don't really got to worry about utilizing the Solar Edge inverter. Ours is an all-in-one unit, meaning it combines an inverter and a battery. Whereas the Solar Edge inverter is possibly just an inverter. Do you already have this? Is this already in your home? Or are you thinking about getting one? Next questions. Questions? Okay, yeah, you can ask some questions.
Yep. Well, yeah, ask away. We are here to answer your questions. So to answer Irfan's question more, I've been doing some research. Looks like pretty much anything you want to plug in to the Walrus inverter or the Solar Edge inverter, compatibility is pretty much the same. They're both optimized to handle the same products, same devices. So it's really just a matter of your need. If you're looking for just something to plug only your solar panels into and then into your grid, you could go with something like the Solar Edge. If you want to plug a variety of devices into your inverter and store battery power, then the Walrus would definitely be your go-to. Dr. Davenport, maybe Dr. Davenport, asked to have info sent and hasn't received it yet. Okay, we'll check in with our customer service, make sure you get that email.
Yeah.
And Tiffy wants to know, Nick, do you guys make electric motorcycle batteries?
Alright, so we don't make these electric motorcycle batteries. I know what you're talking about. I used to work at the Bora Motors place.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm shouting out everybody today.
Yeah, I know. The whole ecosystem.
So Bora Motors is an electric scooter company, and they do have 72 volt batteries that you can retrofit into some e-motorcycles. You can take a look at that and see if that could potentially help you out.
Sardar, what's our heat
we do not
range?
make that.
What's the highest heat range we can do on the Walrus?
Heat range.
Yep. Someone's asking from Vegas where they get over 115 for many days out of the year.
You might want to keep it inside.
Yeah, you'll
You
probably
might wanna
want
keep it
to
inside.
probably want to keep your battery somewhere where it's got some cooling. You'll be running.
It does have a fan to cool itself, but
95, man. Fahrenheit, 95.
95. Yeah, so you typically don't want your Walrus getting above 95 degrees Fahrenheit. So if you have your Walrus, you want to either have it in a garage, somewhere where you get anywhere where you get a little of your AC to keep it cooler than that. You don't want it getting up to 115.
can get pretty hot.
Mac SM55 tried calling in to sales but had to leave a message. If you left a message and mentioned the live stream in the message, I'm sure they'll still lock in that pricing for you tomorrow morning when they get back. If you didn't, maybe just call in again. Mention that you are calling directly from the live stream, and they will hook you up with the deal. Irfan wants to know, what is the plan for getting UL rated? We have some announcements regarding that coming soon. Some products with that are UL listed coming to the market very soon. So we can't give all the details of that on this stream right now, but we will be making announcements about that soon. Thanks for asking. Okay, yeah. Armada is saying to call in again. Phones are back up, so they can take your call, Mac SM. Yeah, phones are on. So anybody who wants to call in to take advantage of this, the deals we got on the stream, call in, mention the stream, and they will give you an extra discount. Brian Scott, 48 volt golf cart price, or golf battery. So let me get that answer for you right now. We just had Brian and our engineer step out, so I'm just going to look it up and give it to you directly. I'm usually just the film and video guy, but I am here to answer all your questions. Brian, you'll know this. What's the 48 volt golf cart price?
So they're probably gonna need a kit. Brian Scott, you're gonna probably need a kit. The best deal is gonna be on a 4X kit. Let me look it up.
Tiffy will get you that in
So
a
we
second.
want to recommend minimum 3 batteries for a golf cart to create the most efficient system possible. So if you want to go lithium, we got the 48 volt Badger. That's always a good deal. On the 3X kit, it's on sale right now. It says $22,079, but there's also Prime 25. Believe you could use that. So that's gonna get you 25% off. And then if you do 2 batteries, it's 20% off. If you do 3 or 4 batteries, you're gonna get 25% off. And then when you bundle them up, the price drops when you bundle up the batteries. And then remember, if you call in during the YouTube live, you're gonna get a better discount because of the YouTube live. So that's super important that you call in and try to get YouTube live pricing locked in. This live might not go on for too much longer, but we're going to try to keep it on for as long as we can so people can call in. The phones might be taken up right now, but just call back in. If you're not getting through, just keep calling in. It'll get through, they'll get off the phones, and then we'll have somebody do it.
Yeah, and Brian Scott, now's the best time to do it because we got the Prime deal going, and we'll have the live stream discount on top of that. So if you do want to go with the 48 volt Badger 3 kit, it's listed at $2,079, but we'll get that lower if you call in over the phone. Tiffy says, sorry to bother. What's the name of the company for e-bike batteries?
Voro Motors.
Voro Motors.
V-O-R-O.
V-O-R-O.
M-O-T-O-R-S.
Motors.
If you call in, tell them to talk to the manager, tell them Brian Vargas sent you. That's another Easter egg right there.
Hito 2005 wants to know.
I'm not sure if it'll work exactly with the e-bike you have, but I would try calling in. People have done it in the past when I used to work there. So.
Hito wants to know, how do we see the phone app developing as the all-in-one unit matures? Will the features grow from just being able to view data? What do you think, Brian?
Say that again?
How is our phone app gonna develop over time?
I think at some point you'll get more data on there, and then I think as the product develops, you'll start to be able to use the app with the batteries. Right now, it's just used for moderating, like to watch the battery.
We've been talking about implementing features to be able to adjust, like you have the settings you can adjust on your home screen on the battery. We want to implement the features to be able to make those same adjustments remotely. It's not an immediate change. I can't say that's going to be on the app tomorrow, but it's something that's been actively discussed here at BatteryEvo.
I think trying to call in and you're not being able to call in and it tells you to prompt you like key 1 for customer service or key 2 for consumer sales, try key 2. We have a larger team of reps on that one, and then you'll get your phone. The phone will go through.
Daniel Wright has a 1981 Harley Davidson golf cart. Is there a 36 volt system, but it uses 2 banks, or it's a 36 volt system, but uses 2 banks of 18 volts. Is there any way to get 2 18 volt banks in lithium batteries?
So if you're using a 36 volt system, we have the 36 volt Raptor, and so instead of trying to go to 18 volts, because the thing is that you're running that in series. So you're currently running 2 banks at 18 volts that get you 36 volts in series. Ours is they run in parallel. So the moment you plug in the 36 volts batteries, it should work. All right, so you don't need 2 18 volt lithium batteries. You want one. Well, you want to use at least 2, but you want one 36 volt battery works in your 36 volt golf cart, right? You don't need 2 18 volt lithium battery banks. It's not the same as lead acid, Daniel. So I would recommend the 2X 36 volts Raptor kit to be able to get you an efficient system in there. And again, Daniel, if you just jumped in, call in so you can get better YouTube Live pricing. And if anybody's calling in and they're not getting through, I think it tells you key 1 for customer service, key 2 for sales. Just press key 2. We have more people on the different lines. But yeah, Daniel, you do not need 2 18 volt lithium batteries. You could use 2 36 volt batteries. They run in parallel. That should work with your 36 volt golf cart. And 2 of those batteries is going to be way better than your 2 18
Yeah,
volt
if you have,
batteries.
I mean, people already, we have some customer reviews, they send them in saying how much more they get out of their charge when they switch to lithium. So if you switch to lithium and go with 2 36s instead of 2 18s, you'll see a huge difference in how long your cart's running and how fast
We'll
it's
sit tomorrow
running.
and talk about the number and we'll see what we can do. Because they don't know any answer all the golf cart and all the battery. We need to have. Let me talk to you tomorrow.
Yeah, just try to call in, and we'll help you out here. We got teams in here. Make sure you call in. The live will probably extend a little bit longer because people are jumping in here and asking questions. But the live can't go on for too much longer because the reps will need to go home and AD needs to probably get off the batteries at some point. So just so you know, so calling in right now is going to be your best bet to claim your deal. Just call in and say, hey, I'm watching the YouTube live, and they're just because of that they're going to start locking it in. Even if the live drops, you locked it in. But yeah, 36 volt Raptor, Daniel, that's going to be what you want to use. But the Harley actually uses the 2 banks and uses 5 solenoids to combine them in different amounts to create the voltage it needs for the different speeds. All right, I've never heard that word, solenoids. I think you should try calling in, Daniel. I mean, the support reps talk to people with different golf carts all the time, so maybe they've already worked with someone who has this type of setup. But what's going on here is that you're using the old types of batteries. That's why you have 2 18 volts. And so yeah, it's using the banks, but if you wire up the 36 volt batteries into your 36 volt system, it will work to create the voltage it needs for different speeds. Now, Sudar, do you know what that means?
What?
I'm gonna send you the message because he's saying something about solenoids and I don't know what that means. So I don't want to give out the wrong information, but I know that that's how that works when it comes to the matching the voltage. Yeah, our batteries have to be running in parallel, so our moderators are in here in the chat.
Moderator says it might be best to stick with lead acid batteries in that particular scenario. That might be the first time in BatteryEvo history we've ever recommended lead acid.
That's true.
Because typically, lithium ion is going to get you much better performance, much safer. You don't have to top it off with water. The benefits are enormous. So I don't think we've ever recommended lead acid before. So that's a first.
I wonder if it's just a wiring thing though. Like I wonder if just with the proper wiring, like could it work? Because the idea is that they got a 36 volt system and they need to run 36 volt batteries, basically. But I don't know. I mean, again, like the golf cart might be wired up a certain way, but I mean, the moderators do know best. You know, I would wonder if you could figure out how the wiring system on that golf cart works, Daniel, and then see if you can use lithium batteries on it. But yeah, that's how you get a 36 volt system. Uses 2 banks of 18 volts. You got 2 battery banks and 18 volts on each side, I guess. But I wonder if you put a 36 volt battery on each bank, wouldn't it?
Yeah, with that, I mean, I don't know the.
Yes,
he
you got
says it
6
takes
6 volt
6
batteries. So how are you
Oh, I
running
see.
those? So you're running 6 6 volts, 3 6 volts in one, and then 3 6 volts in the other battery bank. I wonder if you literally put. I mean, again, I don't want you to buy batteries and try it and it did not work, but the way I'd assume is like you probably put a 36 volt in one of the banks and then the other 36 volt in the other bank, but then you'd be probably not pulling efficiently.
No, it might be
I think I know how.
a group of batteries.
Yeah.
Some 2 of them you connect a series, that make it like 36 volt, and 2 of them connect in parallel, and then you might have 4 batteries. I don't know what that means.
So if he does 4 36 volt batteries,
It might have a 4 batteries, not 22.
what if, I don't know, but you know how we got the parallel bus bar? Can he put the wiring on the terminal points on the end of the bus bars and then wire the 2 36 volt batteries to the bus bar? So it pushes to the battery banks. No? I think I need a bus bar up here. I need somebody to show it. I think the video is playing in the background.
Yeah,
And that one
good
actually
video to have in the
but-
background right now. He's
I think
literally
it's a
talking about
wiring
bus
thing,
bar.
Daniel. I think that if you call in and maybe you could take some pictures of the way it's set up, and then maybe the techs could maybe take a look, and then see if when it combines the voltages, it would be 72 volts at full power. I don't know how this is going out. So it says when it combines the voltages, it would be 72 volts at full power.
It might have a different controller.
Different controller?
Yes.
So maybe we don't.
Because generally some of the golf cars, also the system has one standard, like the annual voltage system, like has 36 on the 20.
Yeah.
Also, some of the special like golf cars, other cars are like kind of electric cars. But sport cars usually have a 72 volt power system. But in this case, it's kind of tricky.
This is a tricky situation. This wiring is not something that we're too familiar with, Daniel. Again, I would think you could call in and be like, look, this is what my setup looks like, and then the engineers will probably tell you what to do. Yeah, this one's a little trickier. So again, we're gonna let the live go on a little bit longer if you're just jumping in. So you can call the
minutes
number on
left
the
on the
screen to
live.
try to get a deal.
A few minutes left to take advantage of that pricing.
Yeah. Otherwise, you can still take advantage of the Prime Day deals. They're online. It's still heavily discounted. It's just we could always give you just a little bit extra if you call in during the YouTube live.
You've been with us on the stream for a little while and we helped you out in any way, answered any of your questions, you had a good time hanging out with us, be sure to drop us a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Always helps us grow the channel and get more of our content out there for people to see. Yeah, he's saying he might have to replace his electrical, like all the electrical parts in his cart, and replace it with a $950 electrical kit if he wants to use 12 volt or 36 volt. Could be worth it. I mean, it'd be, you know, if you're already looking to make the investment to switch to lithium, there are a lot of benefits there. It would bring your golf cart system's compatibility up, you know, to be compatible with a lot more products in the future. But that would be, you know, your decision to make. If you want to make that change, you could stick with the lead acid. And there may, I don't know, there may be some 18 volt lithium batteries out there. But our systems, we primarily recommend our 36 volt and our 72 volt. What's the Owl's voltage? Is it 12? The 12? Yeah, and our 12 volt Owl. That's what we have on deck. Wrap up this stream?
Yeah, I think we're about to wrap up the stream. So if you just jumped in, call the number on the screen. Let them know you jumped in on the YouTube live last minute. We're going to try to hook you up. Otherwise, this live is cutting out. We're going to try to do it again tomorrow if we can. But if we can't, remember everything is on Prime Day deals. So take advantage of that while you still can.
Thanks for joining us. We had fun talking to you guys, answering your questions, and we'll be doing it again soon.
Yeah.